Yo, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be doing some more of the Kageboushi playthrough. I'm really quite excited for today because, yeah, we're probably going to be seeing, like, the continuation of what's happened last time. I mean, that is the most obvious thing. Of course we're going to be seeing the continuation of what happened last time, but yeah, what happened last time was so fucking interesting though. I mean, seeing, like, Natsumi and just seeing that real sort of emotional change, you know, it's going to be really quite interesting to see how that, you know, the effects that has and how obviously everything is solved. That is, if it's solved. We don't even know if it is going to be solved, but yeah, I'm also really quite excited to see just how, like, all of these things are going to be solved, and I really wonder what's going to happen as the investigation progresses. And by the way, I really want to, if any of the whole media related things, you remember the whole real trouble about the media, sorry, the trouble that the media has actually presented. I really wonder how that's actually going to be dealt with. I wonder if that's even going to be able to be dealt with. So yeah, it's going to be really quite interesting. Yeah, we're going to be in somewhere today. Really precise and detailed location. I appreciate it. Spring 1981, somewhere. The place name's definitely not significant. Suspended food and alcohol become so delicious. I don't drink, so I don't know. On this day, Tomoe was probably experiencing the third happiest moment of her life thus far. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? You've been drinking too much. Oh god! Come on, sis. Why is she drinking so much? Well, she definitely sounds quite happy. It's 5 months in a while. That's what they all say. Excuse me. Tomoe was slightly drunk and gleefully laughing as she opened the sliding door and called out to the waitress. Then she ordered 2 more bottled beers and asked if they could drink the wine that she had bought for the occasion. I'm sorry. Oh, this is just for today. Could you please overlook it? Ah, of course. Strictly speaking, bringing outside food and drink into this restaurant was prohibited. Oh, right, and yes, he's done it even so. Wow. Yeah, to be fair, I kind of get the impression that if they, you know, they don't know Tomoe, they probably could assume that maybe, they probably just have to assume the worst. Like, if she was, I don't know, potential drunk, then she would really lash out if, she didn't actually, they didn't let her do so. However, when Tomoe explained the situation to the waitress, she shrugged her shoulders and said, "Our little secret." Then went into the kitchen and came back with 2 beautiful wine glasses. Oh, interesting. I really wonder what the secret must actually be. Maybe it's some sort of really impressive accomplishment that she's actually had. Oh yes, this is it. Wine doesn't taste as good when you drink it from a cup after all. Oh my god. No, I know. I mean, even if you have like, nobody can stop you now. Well, we have permission and things are going well, so let's drink the whole thing. Oh, you're so pushy. Oh my god, yeah, fair enough, yeah. And isn't that wine expensive? Oh my god, really? That's a shirt, so, I forgot the name. Is that pretty okay? What are you talking about? Oh my god, so she's having French wine, it looks like. Oh, we're celebrating today because you was accepted into the police force. That's actually really quite funny. The person that's actually been accepted into the police force and that is, you know, the primary person that should be celebrated for. Yeah, she's the one that's sort of a little bit less reluctant to be as, you know, drunk as possible, let's be honest. Oh my god. Honestly, I was thinking of getting something even more expensive, but this will have to do for now. yeah, this is already overdoing it. Oh my god, yeah, that's kind of true. Madoka shook her head in exasperation, but even so, she looked happy. Yeah, that's nice. Indeed, Tomoe was suddenly in unusually high spirits that evening. Breaking the rules inside a restaurant seemed like something she would never do. Yeah, no, I know, yeah. However, it wasn't unreasonable. After all, even though they'd been fighting for a long time, followed by Madoka leaving, oh my god, yeah, leaving and living far away, she finally seemed to be taking work seriously. That's really good, yeah. That's actually really quite nice of the way to let them do so. The waitress even. Wonder what this is going to be. Oh! Back when there was just the two of them after their parents' deaths. After the psychological... Yeah. Oh, interesting. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah. After the psychological trauma her sister endured in that incident, Tomoe dedicated her life to protecting her. Yeah, she abandoned her promising future in athletics and decided to enroll in the university that sent her a personal invitation. All the further I got... That is unbelievable. Wow.
Minai,
Minai, are you really okay with that?
今のお前の実力なら次の世界陸上の日本代表だって狙えるところにいるんだ。
With your current capabilities, you could become the Japanese representative in the next World Athletics competition. That is insane. I mean, that really is just revolutionary. But the thing is, she gave up all of that just so she could, you know, make her sister have the best life possible.
大学がダメなら
That's
実
crazy.
業団にだって紹介状を書いてもらえるだろう。
If you're not interested in college, we could write you recommendation letters for corporate sports
だから
teams.
陸上を完全に諦めなくてもいいんじゃないか。
So you don't have to give up on track and field entirely, right? Fellow club members, alumni, the counsellor, everybody told her that and tried to stop her. That's actually really quite surprising, and yet she had such a strong belief that, you know, it's not right for her. She should be helping her sister. So nice of her, wow. Yeah, nevertheless, Tomoe's determination was unshakable. Yeah,
陸上
definitely,
を
yeah.
続ける限り、きっと練習だの遠征だのと
Yeah,
忙しい
fair.
毎日を送ることになります。
As long as I continue doing track and field, I'm sure I'll be busy with practicing and
妹
exercise
が
every day.
昔の明るさを取り戻すまで、
Yeah.
私は
Oh my god,
で
that
き
is
る限
so
りの
nice.
ことをしてあ
And
げ
the
た
thing
い
is,
んで
it's
す。
actually really quite nice because this worked. This really did. She, you know, Madoka is so happy now. And she's living a really good life. Just because of this, you know? I want to do as much as I can for my sister until she regains that side she must have. Yeah, indeed, as far as Tomoe was concerned, her sister was far more important than extracurricular activities and career planning. I mean, that really is. That's just selflessness on another level. From then on, Tomoe tried desperately hard to fill in for her lost parent. Oh my god, yeah, fair. During Madoka's hospitalization, Tomoe skipped out on school to support her through the psychological care and rehabilitation. Wow. That's really quite something. I'm actually really quite surprised she skipped school so much and yet she's been able to, you know, get a really, really good result in her, you know, final career. After Madoka's hospitalization concluded and they returned home, Tomoe studied day and night. Yeah, to make up for the missed schoolwork. I mean, that must be so fucking hard. I can't imagine how boring and awful and painful that must be. And after Madoka returned to school, Tomoe did her best to protect her sister during... Oh god, yeah, of course. All the while believing it would help her regain her former happiness. Even a little. And the fact... Just seeing this, I mean, I really, really don't blame her for being so happy. Oh, nonetheless, Tomoe was ready to give up on the university entrance exams because she didn't think she'd be able to pass in the short time she had to prepare. Maybe it was luck, or maybe it was a result of her efforts, but somehow she managed to pass the Ibaraki National University entrance. That's insane, wow. She decided to go to Ibaraki, where her grandmother was from, rather than the familiar Tokyo. Yeah, needless to say, Madoka's hard time at school was a major factor. Yeah. Oh, yeah, fair enough. I mean, Ibaraki would be a lot closer to her, I'd assume. Once Tomoe began attending college, their distant relatives started helping the girls who lost their parents by paying for tuition and living expenses. That's really nice, wow. Yeah, good for them. However, Tomoe saved all that up for Madoka's future and never spent a cent on herself. Jeez, wow. That is so impressive. After learning stuff like this, you really just realise how much she deserves, you know, everything she has now. Oh my god, that's actually really quite something that, you know, she really get in trouble loads of times just as a result of that. I mean, I really don't blame her. It's actually quite surprising that, you know, this horrible incident that happened, you know, when she was really quite young didn't actually lead her into a life of, you know, just defiance and, you know, awful stuff happening. But that's all because of Tomoe. I kind of get the impression it would be way more likely for that to happen if she wasn't there, you know. god. So fucking impressive, this. I mean, I couldn't imagine doing this. I just can't imagine how much pressure and how much motivation you'd need to have to yourself just to actually do goals like this. I mean, to be fair, you know, she has the motivation of caring for her sister, which, of course, that's going to be a massive one. It's never going to be able to stop. I mean, she really is quite a loving sister as well. She really feels as if she has quite a duty. So surprising though.
国立大ならバイト先も見つけやすいし、奨学金もあるからね。
It's easy to find part-time work at a national university and there are scholarships too.
これはまどかの結婚資金として残しておきたいの。
So I'd like to set this money aside for a wedding as a wedding fund for Madoka. That's insane. This is really irritating. I just can't make it so. There we go. The grandmother seemed a little concerned without reply, but she went to earnestly. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Tomoe firmly believed that this possibility of making one of them happy was much higher than the probability of them both being happy. Well, that's interesting that she believes that, you know, all of her happiness and all of her hope should just be directed to Madoka so that she can, you know, live a better life. I mean, my god, it really is quite something, that sort of sacrifice that she's made. I mean, Jesus. Still, despite those intentions, Madoka suddenly dropped... Oh, yeah! Madoka suddenly dropped out of high school one day. Yeah, and when Tomoe came home to question her about it, grandmother told her that Madoka had already walked out. Jesus. I'm sorry.
私はもうお姉ちゃんのお荷物になりたくない。
I don't want to be your buddy
これ
any
以上
longer.
お姉ちゃんに迷惑をかけたくありません。
Oh my god, I mean, that is actually fair enough that she thinks that, but at the same time, it's not something, I mean, I get that she's, you know, felt really quite bad on it, but about it, but at the same time, like, I don't really know if she should feel bad about it just because, you know, her sister is actually willing to do it and she is actually willing to make her life so much harder, but at the same time, I can understand. Yeah, oh my god, that letter was the only thing left in her room. Jesus Christ.
探さないでください。
Please don't come looking for
お
me.
元気で。さようなら。
Take care, goodbye.
何よ。
What?
何よ。お荷物なんて。
Baggage? What's this about baggage?
お荷物なんて。
Oh my god. No, I know. No, but the only thing is she must have thought so bad about it. I mean, god, that's just so sad because she never thought anything, you know, related to her being like a massive burden, just massive inconvenience. No way. Who said anything like that? When does she even think that? Yeah, definitely, yeah. I've never thought of Madoka as a burden, not even for an instant. Wow. That really is insane. Like, the fact that you can think that, I mean, god, that is just... I mean, that is so nice, but at the same time, that is fucking horrible for a situation like this, yeah.
バカ野郎。
Oh, god, yeah.
まどかの
Yeah.
大バカ野郎。
More, Madoka, you're a goddamn moron. She desperately searched around her. Yeah, god. That is surprising, so she's really gone far away. I wonder where she actually went. Maybe she went to some sort of other relative's place. Yeah, she visited every place she knew and called every one of her acquaintances. Walking late into the night for days. Walking and walking some more. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine the feeling of stress. Like, when she actually has this sort of revelation that her sister was just completely escaped. I mean, god, she must... I just can't imagine, like, not only doing this, you know, showing unimaginable dedication for something that's never even going to happen, you know, finding her sister, but also just for, like... And after trashing several pairs of shoes, Tomoe, Jesus Christ, that is really got something. I mean, that just really shows the scale of how much she was looking, but I can't imagine firstly looking, and I can't imagine her thought process while looking. I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Tomoe finally, after trashing several pairs of shoes, Tomoe finally understood it was an undeniable fact that Madoka wasn't in this town anymore. God, that is so awful. Oh my god, one night when she heard that someone that Madoka's friends had helped her board a bullet train, Tomoe stood out in the alleys. Oh my god, in the middle of the pouring rain, looked up to the heavens and cried. No, I really don't blame her. Oh my god, yeah. She has been so strong, but I kind of get the feeling this situation has been so hard that, you know, none of that strength can remain. Yeah, she'd been holding in the sorrow from the death of her parents all this time, but in that moment she was powerless to hold back. The rest did. Yeah, I don't blame. God, that must have been horrible. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, if Tomoe hadn't run into Oishi at that time, she might have destroyed herself in desperation. Oh, what's this? Then a few years later. That's so sad though. It really is. I mean, that is so surprising though, like, no matter how much she, you know, tries to help her, she's just going to be thought of as, you know, somebody that's trying too hard, that, you know, obviously making Madoka feel like she's a burden. I mean, God. It's just such a horrible backstory, and I mean, it really is just sad to think, like, you know, the effects on Madoka this has actually had. I mean, God, it's just... I can't imagine how betrayed she must feel. Like, you know, you put so much trust and so much love and so much effort into this person, you literally completely inconvenience your life, and yet they sort of do something that would be something that, you know, could be thought of as an act of gratitude, you know, just stopping them from, you know, burdening themselves. But at the same time, it really isn't in this situation. I mean, my God, that is unimaginable. That must be so awful. And I think what's even sadder is, like, she's probably so stressed that she's abandoning all the things in life that were important to her, like, for example, her, you know, university-related studying. Then a few years later, Tomoe was travelling to Tokyo as part of police business, and by some amazing coincidence, she ran into Madoka at a street corner. What? Oh my God. Oh, shit, what was she doing? And when Tomoe learned that Madoka was working in a shady establishment, for the first time in her life, she smacked her. No. I'm not going home. You have got to be kidding me. So has she actually got with a bad crowd, and, you know, as a result, she's being totally rebellious to, you know, people like Tomoe. Oh my God, please don't tell me that's the case. Madoka pushed Tomoe's extended hand away as she said that, with her cheek red and swollen. Jeez. Madoka, you... Leave me alone. Oh God, I'm not as smart as you, sis, but I'm living and thinking properly on my own here. Are you living happily? Thinking? What on earth are you thinking? Oh God, your way of thinking involves feeding middle-aged men a pack of lies to sell them more alcohol. Oh Jesus. That's interesting. That's interesting. So I'm assuming her job is some sort of... She's probably a paid person to... She's probably paid to bribe people into having more alcohol. So them having... What am I saying? She's probably a person that's going to bribe people and, you know, just negotiate with people so that they can buy as much alcohol as possible. Interesting. Yeah, everyone here is seriously working hard. That's because they're desperate. Don't look down on me with your narrow-minded prejudice.
Madoka.
Oh, Madoka.
この
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Seeing that. I mean, I don't even want to imagine how horrible that must be, yeah. Oh! Oh my god, hang on a second. She slapped her again! She still remembered the pain in her fist at that moment, even now. Yeah. Jesus Christ. That is so surprising. So that's actually really quite surprising that Madoka, you know, she's got a really quite shady crowd. And yeah, obviously as a result of living on her own, which she probably would have, let's be honest. Living on her own, going into, you know, a lot of really quite horrible places. Probably doing a little, maybe doing a little bit of illegal things. I mean, God, yeah. But it's actually really quite unbelievable to think that this has been the outcome of it, really. Then several more years passed up to today. So that Tomoe had prepared herself to never see us as... Yeah, I mean, that is actually quite interesting that she thinks that, but that's really quite surprising. So that must have shown just how much that, you know, that revelation must have pissed her off, because obviously, like, she finds the person that she's tried her utmost to care for, just, you know, sort of disregarding her care in the worst possible way and not, you know, having a really good upbringing like she thought she would. Still, the fact that Madoka suddenly contacted Tomoe after such a long... Oh, so she suddenly contacted her after such a long time and travelled a long way to be here like this meant that deep down she had been waiting for this moment all this time. Interesting. Oh, that's horrible. So I kind of get the feeling that, you know, whenever you're doing something really bad, you just don't want to do it. You can easily prevent it, but you don't. Yeah.
いろいろあったけどでももういい
There are a lot of things between us, but enough is enough.
やっと心を入れ替えてくれたんだ
Oh,
から
that must be so nice for her. That
これ以上のことはない。
really must be. Madoka finally changed her mind, so that's all I need. Plus, Madoka was becoming a police officer just like Tomoe and her father. Yeah, it is actually really quite surprising. So Tomoe was deeply moved, because I suppose Madoka has, you know, not only her father's admiration, but, you know, Tomoe's as
ほ
well.
ら箸が止まってるわよ
Come on, why aren't your chopsticks
何
moving?
食べる
What are you having?
あ塩辛あるわねそれ頼もうか
Oh, they have salted fish. Maybe I'll
あ
have
んた
that.
好きだったでしょ
You know that, right?
もういいってば
Enough about that. Oh.
だいたい倹約家のお姉ちゃんが
Oh, that's actually quite
こう
funny.
いう
Yeah,
と
you're
ころなんだ
usually
ろ
so frugal. So what's with this change of answers? It's actually really quite surprising that they've not only like had such a bad relationship beforehand, just because of, you know, her having gone to other places, but it's also quite surprising that she now really just has a respectful and fun relationship with her sister. That's so nice, though.
そりゃ確かにお祝いしてとは言ったけど
yeah. That's actually really quite funny, though. Well, I certainly said that we should celebrate, but we didn't have to go to such an expensive restaurant. That is so funny. I mean, that's actually really quite something. So I'm assuming that Tomoe is going to a really expensive restaurant just to sort of really. I suppose that's just how much of a significant occasion this is for her. What are you saying?
いいマドカ
Listen, Madoka.
こういう時のためにお金ってのは使う
The
もの
whole
な
point
の
of money is to use it for times like these. Fair
無
enough.
駄遣いは良くないけどケチばっかりでも
Oh yeah,
人生
definitely.
楽しくないでし
Yeah.
ょ
Wasting money is a shame, but don't you need to have a little funny now? Yeah, you can't just be Scrooge.
違う
Am I wrong?
うわお姉ちゃんがそれ言うか
Well, sis, I can't believe you said. It's actually fair enough. Yeah, this is like Tomoe would be one of the most. I'd assume Tomoe would be like one of the most calculated, one of the most realistic people when it comes to that. So yeah, that's actually quite funny because she literally buys like 20 hamburgers when she has a meal. So yeah, she's definitely no stranger to wasting money now. I wonder if that habit's continued. Like really hard day at work, boom, buy loads of hamburgers. Salted fish, though. That must actually be really quite nice.
さい
Enough about
それ
that.
にさ私も再来月からは
Oh.
警部補なんだから
Wow. That's actually really quite something. So she's deputy inspector here, but now she's, I think it's, well, she is chief inspector. Yeah. Besides, I'm being promoted to deputy inspector in 2 months.
お給料だって上がるんだしどーっと任せなさいってば
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, and that comes with a nice salary increase. So leave this to me.
そっかいよいよ警部補なんだね
Oh, I see. So you're finally a deputy
遅
inspector.
くなったけどおめでと
Oh,
う
that's nice. I guess I'm late in saying this, but congratulations. Yeah,
ありが
thanks.
とう
Their glasses full of amber wine clanged together as the two of them celebrated each other's accomplishments. Yeah, even though she was a college graduate, she was still a woman, and very few people outside the executive path made the rank of deputy inspector at so young of an age. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. I think it is just insane how she's done this. I mean, I seriously just... It's actually really hard to just picture how legendary Tomoe is, honestly. However, even though Tomoe had no desire to climb among the elites, her father's brave name happened to work in her favour. Fair enough, yeah.
だけどお姉ちゃんって今は警部補研修期間だから警察学校で寮生活なんでしょ
Oh, but I guess you're living and training at the police academy now as part of the promotion to deputy inspector.
こんな夜に外出して門限は大丈夫なの
Are you sure you're going to make your curfew this late at night?
大丈夫よ
It's
初
fine.
任教養の時と違って割とその
Oh,
辺
well,
は
that's
緩
actually
やか
really
なん
very
だ
good.
から
I'm not the initial police training. This face is less strict about
今日
that.
は土曜日だし明日も新幹線で帰れば問題なしよ
Today is Saturday, so there won't be any problem if I take the bullet train back
へ
tomorrow.
え
Wow.
寮ってどんな感じ
Hey, what's this like in the dorms?
参考までに教えてよ
I'd like to know for reference.
いいわよ
Sure thing.
まどかも来月から警察学校に入るん
Yeah,
だ
right.
よね
You're also entering the police academy next month. Oh. Wait, hang on a second. What? Why does she have loads of things prepared? What? After saying that, Tomoe grabbed a bunch of old notes and pamphlets she had prepared in advance and pulled them out of her bag. yeah, fair enough, yeah. True to Tomoe's character, all the pages were tattered and, oh god, yeah. That's actually really quite sort of, that's a brutal sort of analogy there. Yeah. Like, I suppose you could sort of metaphorically link the pages in her life just being really quite tattered. Like the book, I don't know. And when she opened them, they were covered in marks and sticky
きっ
notes.
と押し入れの奥からでも
She must have pulled this back
割
from
り
the
出し
back
て
of
き
the
たんだ
closet.
よね
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, she must have turned the house upside down to find these things covered in dust. Yeah. Oh my god, I know. Hoping to help her youngsters. That's so nice. But at the same time, you really think she's ever going to stop being so dedicated? Like, seriously. She isn't. That's actually really quite interesting that, you know, her father's name really has made it quite a lot easier for her to actually be able to climb up the ranks. That's nice. Yeah. Oh, it's so nice that she really is a legend, to be honest. Tomoe was willing to put in the effort to help Bandoka at any time, and even though their feud continued to this day, yeah. I mean, it does kind of, but at the same time, it's just like, you know, petty fights that are going to be resolved within, like, I don't know, a week at the very most. And that's the very worst case scenario. I mean, to be fair, maybe a month, because I remember in the beginning of this story, actually, you know, they had a little bit of a fight because of, I think it was just because of shampoo, and Madoka sort of embarrassing her at work because she used cheap shampoo or something like that. I don't know, or asking her where it was or something like that. I can't remember, but like still, yeah, definitely, yeah. Madoka suddenly felt teary-eyed, but she tried to wipe it away with her fingers and pushed herself to stay bright and cheerful. Yeah. Oh, that's quite nice, but at the same time, I think she's just feeling so sad about, like, you know, just how kind she was to her and how little she appreciated it, really. It would be boorish of her to look gloomy when they came all of this way to celebrate. Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. Oh, there were sure a lot of things to remember. Oh, yeah. The Constitution, the Civil Code, the Penal Code. What the fuck is a Penal Code? What is that? A document that compiles all or a significant amount of a particular jurisdiction's criminal law. Right, I thought there was something very different. Oh shit! And what? English is mandatory. Oh. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fair. Isn't that natural? Foreigners as citizens too. That's actually really quite interesting that English is, you know, 100% required. Yeah. Yeah, you went for a world of hurt if you look down upon them. No way. No, we needed to learn the language of Christian missionaries in my age. What century are you from? I mean, that is actually fair enough, but yeah. Oh, well, you did take off the tab and his terrible handwriting when it came to English letters, didn't you? Oh my god, that's so unlucky. How rude. Oh, I was never as bad as that. Well, his dad couldn't have been that bad because of how high he was in the police force. Probably. Yeah, aside from that, you need to know the rules of the road and emergency procedures. Oh yeah, fair enough. And of course, how to conduct an arrest and some basic martial arts. Yeah, of course, yeah. By the way, Madoka, didn't you do kendo before? Oh, well, I don't really think that has much significance then. Yes, before, but that was all the way back in elementary school. Oh my god. Oh, she really... I mean, at the same time, I actually really didn't realise how hard it was to get into the police force in Japan. Like, my god. Yeah, so it really is quite something that she's actually made it into the police department. I mean, god, she must have learned so much to be able to, you know, actually even have an opportunity to get in there. That's fine, I'm sure her body will remember. It was the same for me. Oh, so she actually... Yeah, sis, just because you did it doesn't mean like... I think it's actually definitely true. I mean, her sister could have literally been one of the most top athletes. I mean, Jesus. Besides... let me guess. And for a while, the two of them were excitedly telling old stories and sharing memories of each other. Oh, that's nice, yeah. They covered a range of topics and the noise and laughter never... That's so good, yeah. Oh, yeah. In addition to the nostalgia, they took pleasure in closing the gap in the time that they spent away from each other. That's so good, yeah. Yeah, by the way, are there any women other than you in the dorms? Oh, wow, I'm quite surprised about that. Oh, that's good. Yeah, the number of female officers has increased recently. But it seems I was the only one nominated for Deputy Inspector this year. Yeah, so everyone was surprised when I told them. Oh my god, it really must be quite something being such a high rank and yet being female at this age. I mean, sorry, at this time, in this time. I wonder how badly gender discrimination was in Japan at this time. I just love how they describe English people here. Oh my god! I've never really thoughts a bit like that, but I suppose you could definitely describe quite a few like that. But yeah, I don't really think that's the most respectful. I think it is so good that they can actually have a reunion and they can really just make up with each other. They deserve it so much. I mean, especially Tomoe, definitely. I mean, Madoka does as well, but like, oh my god, Tomoe. The amount she must have had to go through just to, you know, not only get in the position she is now, but like, you know, talk to Madoka and stuff like that. Oh my god, it really must just be. It must just be so happy for her that things like these have happened. Like, basically, the entire struggle of her life ever since, you know, she was 17 is finally turning into something that's really quite nice, you know? Well, yeah.
30前でしかも
Oh
女
yeah,
性で
definitely,
警部
yeah.
補さんで
A
しょ
woman under the age of 30 being promoted to deputy
普
inspector.
通ならありえないよ
Yeah, completely out of the norm. That's actually really quite surprising that not only has she, you know, been like such a good athlete that she could potentially qualify for like some of the world's best athletes, but also just the fact that, you know, she's been promoted to deputy inspector, so she's completely excelled the police force unit as well. As aesthetics is really quite insane. Many industries have been publicly endorsing gender equality, but actually implementing that into the workplace was another issue altogether. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. And police officers in particular are required to have the robustness to deal with criminals, so being a lady is seen as a disadvantage. I don't think that's true whatsoever. I mean, of course. Yeah, wow. In fact, Tomoe's test results were a larger factor in her promotion than her manager's recommendation and the job interview. Oh, that's actually really quite surprising. So even though she has really good test results, these people, because they're biased and they're not as sort of happy, it's going to be so much less likely that she'll be let in. That's so unfair. Yeah, when she found out she passed the test on her first shot, she couldn't believe her. Yeah, fair enough,
最近の偉い人たちは割と懐が大きいみたい
Big
ね
wigs. I love the insult, big wigs. Big wigs these days seem rather
ま
broad-minded.
さかこんなにも早くお
Oh
父さ
my
んと比べ
god,
ると
yeah.
は思っていなか
I
ったん
can't
だけ
believe
ど
that she's actually... I mean, you know that if, you know, her father, a brilliant police officer, is being caught up to by Tomoe, you know that she is doing a really fucking good job. I mean, wow. After saying that, Tomoe tried the rest of her wine. Madoka had a bitter smile on her face as she refilled Tomoe's empty glass. Even though it was a rural college, Tomoe still graduated from a national university. Jesus. Whereas her father, Minais, was just a high school graduate. Oh. Yeah, so I suppose she has actually gone in with more of an advantage just because of her high qualifications. So thanks to that, key different in their educational background, they couldn't be compared so easily. Yeah, definitely, yeah. But for the two of them, the title Deputy Inspector certainly held a special sentiment. Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
お姉ちゃん
Sis,
まだお父さんのあれ
are you still
相変わらず
chasing that thing Dad
追い
left
続
behind?
けてる
Oh, the thing at Kageboushi Airport, huh?
の
Yeah,
も
of
ちろ
course.
んよ
That thing. God, I haven't seen this image for years. That thing was the Mimo from Tomoe's father that she found in the scorched remains of the storehouse. Yeah, after their parents perished in the fire. According to the note, her father Minais discovered something on a Wednesday in June. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but she still couldn't figure out what it meant. Yeah. It's really quite odd.
警部補になったら過去の捜査資料も前より見ることがで
Oh,
きるんだ
that'd
よ
be
ね
interesting. I really wonder, you remember the whole thing regarding, the subsidies and people just being really quite greedy, just taking advantage of government subsidies so much so that the extension and mitigation of the airport would just be so expansion and obviously mitigation of that would be so expensive that they couldn't do it. I wonder if that could have any relation to, what he said Wednesday, June 12 years ago. I wonder. It seems kind of unlikely, but still. Was it provided to
よかったじゃない。
isn't that
これ
great?
から
That'll
は
make things much
だ
easier
い
for
ぶや
now.
りやすくなる
That's
よ。
actually really quite interesting. I mean, that would be fair, but
うん。
at the same time, I really wonder, yeah, at the same time, the fact that she was there, the last time, like the most recent time in story, in July 1983, I mean, that just really, no, it wasn't, it was June 1983, but like still, the fact that she was there definitely proves that this
だ
hadn't
けど
really told
警
her
部補
anything.
になると今までよりも忙しくなって
Oh
年
my
休が
god,
あ
yeah,
まり
fair
取れなく
enough,
なるんだ
yeah.
よね。
Yeah, however, being promoted to deputy inspector also means I'll be busier with work, so I won't be able to take much time off.
それに
Yeah.
警察庁で力になってくれていた人も
Oh.
今度異動になるみた
Oh
いだし
damn! Plus the person at the, I'd assume, National Police Agency, maybe, no, I don't know, who've been helping me out is apparently getting transferred soon. So
そうなんだ。
I see.
あれからもうすぐ
soon it'll be 10 years since then.
10年なんだ
Oh my
ね。
god! Wow. Yeah, so that must actually be really quite something. 10 years, 10 years after, you know, the death of her parents. I mean, my god. Yeah, of course she's dumbfounded. Yeah, yeah. Did it really feel like 10 years, or was it no time at all? Tom, I wasn't sure. Ah, it's interesting. That I mean, I wonder if I'm going to be feeling the same when I'm 26. However, since losing her parents and living away from Madoka, she dedicated her life to pushing herself hard at work every day. Oh my god, yeah, definitely, yeah. So I suppose because of that dedication every day. I mean, when you do live more difficult days, they do go quicker. If you push yourself more, the day does go quicker, undeniably. Or at least I've found that.
ごめんね。せっかくのめでたい席に
Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah, sorry for dragging up awkward memories when we're supposed to be celebrating.
さあ、今日はとにかく
Yeah,
飲み
come
ま
on,
しょう
today is a day for drinking. Yeah, fair enough, but I don't really know if you...
そんなに気合い入れなくても
I think I've already let my limit. Oh god, you don't want to be so drunk that you literally... I don't know, you know when your eye just is so shit at overlaying images that it just feels like the images are just sliding over each other. Everything looks so weird. It looks like you're in a
お
horror
姉ちゃん
film.
はただでさえ大食いで大
yeah, that's really quite funny. That says you're always the big eater and the big
ちょっと
drinker.
くらい抑えめで標準だよ
Oh god, somebody is going to get a little bit, let's just say, reprimanded.
失礼ね
How rude. Yeah, cold as
お
well.
酒はもともとそんなに飲
I
ま
don't
ない
drink
の
that
よ
often. Yeah, she doesn't actually, I agree.
ただ飲む時には思いっきり飲むだけで
But when I do drink, I make sure to drink plenty.
それを大酒飲みって言うのよ
Oh. Yep, she definitely can't really say anything to that. That's what they call a big drinker.
あ、そうだ
Oh, right.
せっかくだから今日はあんた
Oh,
の家に泊め
sorry
て
to
もらお
trouble
う
you,
か
but
な
would you mind if I just stayed here? That's so funny. Yeah, I love that she's just really trying to defend herself on how much she's, you know, drinking. I mean, she is still sort of clinging to the fact that, you know, not really clinging, but she's still, you know, accepting the fact that she definitely does drink a lot, and yeah, she just doesn't really do it that frequently. That's so funny. She's drank so much that she doesn't even think, like, she'll be able to be in her own house. She'll have to be in Mother's. Huh?
それがいい
Yeah,
な
that would be better.
そうしたらホテル代も浮くしね
Oh, it'll save me the hotel. Oh my god, that must be a nightmare. Yeah, you don't want to pay that when you're drunk. Is that okay, Madoka?
だからそういうところがケチだって
Come on, why are you being stingy about
じゃ
this?
なくて
Well, that's not important here.
私の家に来るの
You wanna come to my house?
それはちょっと
I don't know about that.
いいじゃない姉妹なんだからさ
Oh my god, hang on a second. Is this gonna be when she discovers that, you know, she potentially has a fiance?
別に誰かと同棲してるってわけで
Ooh,
も
it's not
ない
like
で
you're
しょ
living with someone, are you? Oh, I mean, it had to happen at some point. Oh my god. I mean, the fact that this happens is probably quite surprising for her. But then, who it is? Oh god. Oh, after seeing Madoka's reaction, Tomoe stopped pouring the wine and looked up. Oh, yeah. Her face was turning slightly red and her eyes were wandering. Oh, yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, that is just such an obvious sign. Is there someone?
一緒に住んでる人
Person you're living with? Huh?
いや、その
No, well...
正確には私がその人の家に住んでるんだけどね。
Right. To be, well, no, well, to be more precise, I live in their house.
そうなんだ。
I see. Interesting. I'm actually really quite surprised. Yeah, wow. Yeah, that's actually really quite surprising. So I wonder if that's been really stressful for her because it's been able to do so. That slightly unexpected answer washed away Tomoe's drunken mood. Thinking about it, they were both much older, so it wasn't all that surprising. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Still, realizing that her sister was no longer the girl she once knew. Oh, yeah, who'd have no other ally in the world apart from Tomoe made her feel like, oh my god, that is actually fair enough. But time to move on. That is just going to be something that she's needing. She's going to have to accept. Sorry.
別に秘密にしておくつ
Oh,
も
I
りは
didn't
な
need
か
to
った
keep
ん
it
だ
a
よ。
secret.
ただもう少しちゃんと目処がついたら報告しようかなって思ってた。
Oh, that's actually really quite interesting. Yeah, so I wonder why that is. Is it because she may not like it? I just thought it would be better to wait until I was sure things were steady before telling you.
何言ってるの
What are
よ
you。saying?
同棲してる時点で十分いい。
Yeah, isn't living together enough of a
い
stretch?
や、お姉ちゃんのその考え方はちょっと古すぎるような。
No, it's just your perspective is a little old-fashioned. For the longest time, Tomoe held very proper ideals about men and women dating. Also, living together is... She knew it'd be too late by this point, but if it came out now that Madoka had been living with a man when she ran away from home or something, Tomoe would have started lecturing her until the sun came. Oh my god, that is so funny. Yeah, someone doesn't surprise me. I mean, Tomoe kind of sounds like the person that, you know, like her dad, like she's never ever going to accept injustices and things that she doesn't really fully agree with, and she will try and put them right, even if it means doing stuff as stupid as that. At the same time, though, even though this makes her feel lonely, I think it's for the better. It really is. And it just really begins the part of her life where she can finally fight for herself. She doesn't really have to care for her sister. But at the same time, I think it's so good for her that she didn't really think of anything just because of how much she valued the life of this individual. You know, it's so admirable, that it really is. So, huh?
ちなみにどんな人
Yeah, what kind of person is this guy?
もし水商売関係とか言ったらぶっ飛ばす。
If you tell me he's a nightclub worker, I'm not I'll have to snag you.
違うって。
It's not like that. Oh.
立派な肩書きも社会的信用もある人だよ。
Good. He has a real job with title and credibility. But what is this job? What is his name? What is his title?
それにとても優
He's awful,
しいし
honest.
真面目で。
Yeah, definitely. I think it's really quite. It's so nice that she's met somebody of, you know, genuine integrity. But
そんなの私
at
会って
the
もい
same
ないのに
time,
分
it
かんな
isn't
い
just a
わよ。
little bit weird. Well, how would I know that if I haven't met him? You have met him,
you
though.
have-
Oh, so you have to introduce to us soon.
これ命令ね。
No, that's another. That's actually quite funny. I suppose us, you know, a deputy inspector, and you know, us mother guy, you know, the noob. She can order her.
もうこういうところでお姉ちゃん
Come on, don't use your sister power like this. She kind of has the right to.
それにお姉ちゃんだって知ってる人だよ。
By the way, you already know
ほ
him.
ら警察庁でお世話になっ
He's helped you out from the MPA.
た。警察
From
庁
the
で
MPA.
お世話に
Hmm.
はって。
After hearing that, Tomoe thought of the faces of the people she met at the National Police Agency. So it is the National Police Agency. That was just a guess. But most of them were married when, therefore.
まさか不倫
Oh, yeah, fair enough. No, wait, are you involved in an affair?
あのね
Hold on.
私のこと一体どう思って
What
る
on
の
earth do
か
you
な
think of me?
そんなわけ
Oh,
ないで
yeah,
しょ
yeah, good, yeah. I wouldn't do something like
ち
that.
ゃんと結婚も考えてるんだからね
Plus, I'm thinking of getting properly married. Wow. Jesus Christ, that's actually really quite surprising. She must have been... I mean, she really must have been with this person for quite a long time. So I'd assume that it was months until she did actually decided to, you know, call Tomoe, see her. Wow.
じゃあ誰なのよ。
Well, who is it then?
教えてくれてもいいじゃない。なら言うけど。
Oh God. Right, these are going to be the last few lines. They have a stable relationship, but somebody's going to get very mad. All right, I'll tell you, but don't be surprised, okay? Oh God. Oh my God. That realization that this person is literally marrying your boss. You're kidding. There is no way I can... Oh my God, that is actually really quite surprising. Wow. Chief Inspector. Chief Inspector Minai. Oh, shut up. I'm in the middle of something. You are really looking down on the fact that he is called you Chief Inspector. Oh, but I was like, I'm not a Chief Inspector yet, I'm a Deputy Inspector. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Oh my God! Please wake up, Chief Inspector Minai! Oh! You've got to be kidding me! That was Akasaka! Oh my God! This person can lucidly dream. Holy shit! That's insane though. They can dream so much that they can basically have like a really accurate recollection of an event that it's basically like they're reliving the event. I mean, that's really surprising. Thursday, July 7th, 1983 inside Kakiyuchi Station. What's that, Fujita? Okay, I'm actually really quite surprised. He sounded like Akasaka, but now that I know it was Fujita and not Akasaka, I kind of get what he's talking about. Oh my God, that must have been one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. And just knowing that, like, your sister, I mean, I really wonder how she actually thinks of this marriage. I mean, obviously she probably thinks that it's good that, you know, she's having a good relationship with a good person. But at the same time, the fact that it's that person! Oh boy. What? Was you open her eyes a familiar face there before? And now you are going to have to do the act of explaining. Fujita-kun. Sorry for interrupting your rest. Can you spare a moment? Oh yeah. Okay, that must be so embarrassing. Tomoe slightly raised her upper body as she let out a small yawn. Then she looked around with her eyes still half... Yeah, oh my God, yeah. Yeah. This was the break room. She intended to take a light nap in the middle of the night and laid herself down on the chaise lounge. But apparently... Oh, I fucking hate it when that happens. It's all just too relatable. She can see the light of the morning sun and hear the cry of a sparrow coming out through the window. Oh, that's beautiful. I hear cries of sparrows sometimes. Tomoe noticed a large blanket down by her feet and realised someone must have hung over it. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, they've probably seen her sleeping. Obviously, they haven't been as dickish enough to wake her up like probably 95% of people I know would. Well, just for a joke, but like still. A dream, huh? What? No, it's nothing. Oh yeah, finally starting to regain her consciousness. Tomoe sat up in the chair and quickly folded up the blanket. After delicately slapping both her cheeks, she turned to Detective Fujita. Something happened. Oh, yes, related to the active investigation. Oh, you know it's big when it's that conference room, and he's definitely serious at the moment. Sorry for waking you so early in the morning, because you come for the conference room.
もう間もなくこちらに到着する予定です。
Oishi and Inspector Akazaka will be arriving
わかっ
soon.
た。
Understood.
ちょっとシャワー浴びてきたいから10分後でもいい？
I'll let her take a shower first. Can it wait 10 minutes?
わかりました。
Understood. See you
では。
then. Right, I really wonder what this is going to be about. I wonder if something new has happened. Oh my god, could you imagine if it involves Natsumi? God, that really just shows how tired she is, this. Fucking hell. I mean, this work is really intense. It doesn't surprise me, but, like, still. Detective Hujita, gently bowed and then left the break room. He was a straightforward type. Yeah, and he wore his feelings all over his face. From how he looked, it was easy to assume that, oh, she wouldn't like the news he had, and sort of interesting. I wonder what it could be. At least she has time to prepare herself, I suppose. Tomoe stood up and exited the break room. The shower room was far from the break room, so as she walked down the empty hallway, she thought back on the content of her dream. Yeah.
結局また喧嘩別れだったな。
Oh my god, seriously? We ended up fighting and parting ways again that day. Damn. After leaving the celebration, the celebration. Yeah, a little bit contradictory that. She boarded the last bullet train with her head boiling in anger. She drank more on the way. Oh shit. She drank more on the way and got into a scuffle with a conductor at Tokyo Station. At least she thought so. She was completely drunk at the time, so she didn't remember much. She eventually woke up on a park bench. Even she was starting to discover her body was still in my bed. God, that is actually... Oh my god, that's awful. I mean, yeah, it's actually really quite interesting that she didn't take the marriage well. And that's actually really quite surprising for me. I mean, you would have thought somebody that has done this much to, you know, have her sister just in the best case scenario as possible. Like, you know, finally realising that she's getting married, even though it isn't really to somebody that she doesn't really approve of. At least it's not a really, really horrible person, and second, like, criminal type person, or a manipulative person, and secondly, at least it's not, I don't know, anybody that, anybody that could potentially be taking advantage, but at the same time, it still must just be so overwhelming. God, that's horrible though. There must have been a really big argument. Yeah, fair enough. My god, yeah. Oh, that's actually really quite good, yeah. Fortunately, Madoka called a few days later to say sorry about before, which prevented the issue from escalating. Oh yeah, fair enough. I mean, that is actually really quite good, yeah. I mean, the fact that Madoka actually has the responsibility and, you know, just goodwill to do stuff like that really shows how much she's grown as a person.
別にあそこまで怒る必要はな
Yeah,
かったん
in
だ
hindsight, there
よ
was no need to
ね。
get that angry, was there? Yeah, I kind of agree, to be honest. I mean, if anything, there are so many good things about this. Her sister and the man from the MPA who'd helped her out. Their father's old boss and Tomoe's current boss. Yeah. Right. Okay. Love had no age. No, I mean, to be fair, in situations like these, I mean, I suppose it doesn't. It's just, I mean, even though it is a little bit weird, if they love each other, they do love each other. Yeah, love had no age limit, so if Mothercon was serious about him, Tomoe should be willing to accept it. Yeah, definitely. And that's such a responsible sister and a good sister. Even if she doesn't want to, she should. Even though she had her misgivings about the age difference, it wasn't a strong enough reason to be about. Yeah, agreed, yeah. Her opposition at the time was really just jealousy. Oh my god, yeah, fair. The loneliness of her sister moving away reminded her of losing her parents. That's interesting, yeah.
とはいえ
Oh god. And when she says moving away, I'm assuming, like, you know, just the time where... It's interesting that this would remind her of losing her parents. I really wonder if, you know, because she'd usually spend so much time caring for her sister, and the fact that she's, you know, became this one independent person that isn't just reliant on her sort of makes her feel a little bit lonely. And obviously, I suppose now that... Because then I suppose she was really quite close to... No, I don't know. Tomoe thought back to a few days ago about what she said to Natsumi, to not simply want to find people to believe in, but to make an effort to believe in them. That's interesting, yeah. Yeah! She didn't practice that belief even though she was the one who said it. But at the same time, I don't really think that's fair because this is 2 years ago. I mean, if anything, she can change. And the fact that she said it, even though it doesn't really have much meaning to her, it may have meaning to Natsumi. It's not something to get that sad about. No matter how great it sounded, it was only an empty promise. Right.
あの子にあれだけ大見を切ったん
Said
だ
that
か
so
ら
proudly to that
そ
girl.
ろそろ潮時かね
Yes, and now's the time to... Oh, that's good, yeah. Tomoe nodded in response, even though nobody was there to see her respond. Yeah, she felt herself waking from the dregs of her sleep a little more. Yeah.
それじゃ花田君
Oh, you know shit's bad when you have the dark music. That's actually really quite interesting, this. I mean, obviously there are people that are impossible to believe in no matter what you do. But, yeah, if a person's... If you would gain things and they would gain things... Like, for example, a friend, you know, you'd gain, obviously, the friendship and so would they. If you believed in them. And obviously, if you didn't, then it would just be really quite awful. Because if you didn't believe in a friend, then you just have really sad times, really. You'd really fall out. You could potentially... you know, cause bad things for yourself, them, stuff like that. Yeah, so to believe in everybody, if they are close and that they are believable, is really quite a good thing. I think it's so good of her to say this. Even if it doesn't apply, I think the, you know, the goodwill in this action still never will vanish. It's really quite nice. Roger.
What? No!
It's about the grandmother of the Kimiyoshi family, Aki. What the fuck? No! No, wait! This means that Aki has been murdered. And this means, because the police don't know about where she is, either her body's going to be found and the events of Solomon Tsushi are going to play out, or maybe, that's the worst case scenario, or nobody's going to find her out, her corpse out, and maybe they're going to... But the thing is, though, this means they could have potentially committed murder. Her mother especially. Oh my god. She's definitely on the verge of getting the syndrome. Shit, this is bad. Detective Hanada pointed to a photo of an old woman attached to the whiteboard with a magnet as he read his report aloud. On Chief Inspector Minai's orders, he asked around the places Kimiyoshi-yaki visitors on a daily basis.
家に閉じこもっているということですか。
Oh, that would be interesting. In other words, you're saying she's confined at home. That could be likely, but at the same time, you really think it is because, yeah, there is something a little more to this.
それがどうも
Yeah, definitely. No, that sounds very unusual. But at the same time, it wouldn't be surprising if she was in her Yashiro-sama state. Yashiro-sama.
実は一昨日宅配便の配達員が君吉家を訪れたそうなんですが、
Yeah, the deliveryman would
家
have
の
been
中
able to
は
hear
非
those
常に
weird
しん
ass
と静
prayers.
まり返っていたと。
Actually, a deliveryman visited the Kimiyoshi house the day before yesterday and said that the house was unusually quiet. The deliveryman had apparently visited the Kimiyoshi house a few days prior as well, when it was littered with those eerie charms and talismans. Oh my fucking god, there must have been hell to deliver in. I would have wanted to run if I was that deliveryman. And during that visit, he was clearly able to hear the old woman. Oh, right. Right, okay, interesting. So I was under the impression that this wasn't audible. Interesting that he's talking about this with the past. Does that mean somebody has potentially fixed this? I wonder. Does that mean she gave up on the press? Yeah, or maybe her health is deteriorating. Fair enough.
それ以外の可能性も
It might be better
考
if we
えた
consider
方
other
がいいかも
possibilities.
しれませんが、
Yeah, interesting. What
そ
do
の
you
理
mean
由
by
は
that? Detective Hanada turned towards Chief Inspector Minai, feeling a little lost. Noticing that, she urged him to continue with a nod.
実は
Actually, on Saturday
土
night,
曜日の晩です。君吉家の2つ隣の家の受験生が車のエンジン音を聞いたそうです。
two students from the house next door heard the sound of a car
その
starting.
時聞いていた深夜ラジオの内容から推測して、だいたい午前2時頃だった
Based
と
on the。contents of the late night radio they were listening to at the time, it was around 2 in the morning. Why aren't these students in bed?
それで
So,
君吉当時の所有する車は少し離れた場所の駐車場に置いてあるのですが、
no. The car owned by Kimiyoshi Toji was spotted at a parking lot some
先
distance away.
月ひなみ沢へ里帰りに行った後、近くのガソリンスタンドで洗車を行ったとの証言があります。
But last month, the car was witnessed going through a car wash at a nearby gas station on their way back from visiting family in Hinamizawa.
にもかかわらず私が見たところ、タイヤ近くのボディ裏には
Even
草
so,
まじ
I
り
was
の
able to
泥が
find
びっ
traces
し
of
りとついていま
grassy
した。
mud on the back of the car near the tyre. Oh, yeah, that definitely explains a lot. Oh.
ということは
Yep. Oh my god, she's dead. She's dead. Yeah, so you're saying he drove through a rural mountain road recently, huh? Well, he sounded like a courageous laugh as he looked over at the materials at hand. As Detective Hanada said, the traces of dry mud were clearly visible in a photo submitted for evidence. Yeah, definitely, yeah.
そこで君吉当時に先日
So I
任意で聞き込みを行いました。
casually asked Kimiyoshi Toji about it the other day.
彼は日曜日、岐阜県の山に出かけていたことにつきましてはあっさり認
Interesting
めま
about
した。
that. It wasn't long before I confirmed that he travelled to the mountains in Gifu Prefecture on Saturday.
何でも沢釣りに行ったとのことです。
He claimed he was out fishing. Yeah, fishing for... I don't know. Fishing for a reason to dispose a dead body and yet not get caught? Oh, sorry, I mean fishing for fish. Yeah, what do you mean? Fishing, huh?
それでうまく誘導して車の後部トランクを開けさせたところ、
Then he calmly led me to the rear of his car and opened the
確
trunk.
かに中には彼の証言通り釣り道具一式
Oh.
と あと魚の匂いが残っていました。
Interesting. And just as he claimed, I noticed fishing tools and there's distinct aroma of fish inside the trunk.
ただ
However, interesting. I think he's done this to get an alibi. However,
念のため彼の職場の何人かにも確認したのですが、当時の趣味が釣りだという話は皆初耳だった
that
そう
doesn't
です。
tell everything. To be fair, maybe. I mean, you don't just because you have a hobby doesn't mean you have. Everybody has to. The world has to know. I asked around at his workplace just in case, and when I mentioned that he had a hobby of fishing, they all acted like it was the first time they heard of it.
それに彼の釣り道具のルアーを自分で見て確かめたのですが、明らかに海用でした。
Oh, and they were clearly intended for deep sea fishing. He's not even got the right equipment. Oh god, that's a fatal flaw. He's done a good job trying to make this an alibi, but yeah, it doesn't work. Interesting, it's around 2 in the morning. Definitely a good time for, you know, murder-related things to happen. Nobody's going to be around. It didn't look so different at first glance, but the one labelled for river fishing was clearly a little smaller.
私事で恐縮ですが、実は私も釣りが趣味なものです
Sorry
か
for
ら。
bringing out my private affairs, but I actually enjoy fishing in my free time. That's brilliant in this case, because if he enjoys fishing, then he is definitely going to be able to have more of an insight on why this is potentially
い
fake.
くら初心者とはいえ、この程度の間違いをして、しかも何匹か釣り上げてきたというのはちょっと信じられませんね。
Only the most inexperienced of beginners would make this sort of mistake, and what's more, I can't believe he actually caught anything like this.
ちなみに花田刑事は結構いけ
By
る
the
方
way,
なんで
Detective
すか
Hanada, are you any good at fishing?
まあそこそこには。
Well, somewhat.
妻は川魚が好物で、結果次第でご機嫌が上下するものですから結構研究に研究を重ねたものです。
My wife enjoys river fish, and a move rises and falls based on my results, so I try to do a lot of research. He sounds like definitely somebody, the person that... Let's just say he doesn't want to mess with his wife.
はいのろけ話はその辺で
yeah, enough of the love story. He only said like one line
早い
though.
話が偽装の可能
Well,
性
two
が
lines,
高い
one
ということ
sentence.
ね
So you're saying there's a high probability that the suspect was being duplicitous? Duplicitous. Does that mean like, I mean obviously it looks like duplicate. Trying to make things, like two things. Yeah, deceitful. Oh right, yeah. I'd assume that means deceitful because you're trying to make two scenarios happen. In this case, it would mean deceitful because trying to make two scenarios happen. One scenario the police is shown, and one scenario is the one he commits. He makes happen.
花田くん
Right, Hanadaki?
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh my god, could you imagine what's going to happen if they actually find it? And there wasn't any deliberate thing that made it so that the suspect was actually placed like on the road. So there's nobody at fault here. They tried their hardest, so I really wonder what's going to happen with, you know, Haruko. I wonder how she's going to take it. Because that could be the end of everything if Haruko goes insane, like she did last time. Yeah, definitely. If that's the case, this is bad, Oi-san. Kimiyoshi-Aki's disappearance, the late night engine sounds are remnants of our mountain driving and duplicitous behaviour on top of it. Yeah, it just seems very odd. If we follow that train of logic to its conclusion, we're already too late. Yep. Should we say some more info out with Kimiyoshi Toji?
Yeah. それはまだ早いと思いま
I
す。
still think it's too early for that.
普段から引きこもりがちと聞きましたから、いると白を切られてしまえば踏み込めません。
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I heard the mother was essentially a recluse. So if we find ignorance and claim that she was at home, yeah, we wouldn't be able to get it. Oh yeah, definitely. Her mum is sorry, Natsumi's mum is. Oh my fucking god, she is strict.
捜査令状を取るとしても、
And she's
確実
dedicated
な
as
証拠
well.
を抑えたわけではありません
They
し
do。have quite a lot of evidence. Kind of surprises me. Even if we were issued a search warrant, we don't have enough evidence.
でしょうな。
Suppose.
それに彼は主犯ではなく共犯
Yeah,
とい
it
う
is
ことも
actually.
考え
Yeah.
られます
Besides, it's possible that he's not the main culprit and only an accomplice. But it's not the case
その
here.
場合、主犯の人物に口封じでもされる可能性がありますよ。
In that case, there's a possibility that he's been pressured by the main culprit to keep quiet. That's actually really quite interesting. Of course, they would think this because Hinamizawa. No, sorry. All of the murders surrounding all of the murders and really unusual incidents, they think that of course the culprit is behind it all, but it's just a disease. Ultimately. Jeepers bet the Minai rested her chin on her hands and closed her eyes for a while. Yeah, then once she collected her thoughts, she opened her eyes again and Detective Hanada.
君吉当時はしばらく泳がせてお
Oh,
きま
let's
しょ
leave
う。
Kimiyoshi Toji alone from the time being. I'm quite surprised.
その
Why?
代わり彼が沢釣りに行ったという山に捜査員を派
Oh,
遣しま
yeah,
す。
yeah, good. Instead, we should dispatch an investigator to the mountains where he went fishing. Good
理由
one.
は
Yeah.
失踪した疑いのある君吉明の捜
Yeah, our
索。
justification will be investigating the suspected disappearance of Kimiyoshi Aki.
花田君、山村課長に行って一家から何人
Oh,
か借りてきてくれ
nice.
る？
Hanada-kun, could you ask Section Chief Yamamura if we can borrow some manpower from their department?
わかりました。
Understood. Yeah, nice. It's going to be really quite interesting to see. Oh my god, seeing what the fuck is going to happen as a result of this. Because this could mean the end. This really could. Oh god, it's really quite scary to think. Oh god, I feel so bad for Natsumi. Her family life must be so much hell at the moment.
「岐阜県警さんと沢口署さんには署長から連絡してもらって了解を取っておいてね。
We need the chief to contact Gifu Prefectural Police Headquarters and Sawaguchi Station and request their consent on this investigation. Oh yeah, definitely, because they're, jumping
あ
jurisdictions.
と県警本部に連絡して鑑識の手配
They
を
will
お願
need to
い
get to the main office to send a forensics team. Yeah,
捜査開始
fair.
まで時間はかかっちゃうけど後々のことを考えれば仕方ないわ。
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. It will take some time to get this investigation set up, but it can't be helped because it's our best course of action. Yeah,
了解です。
yeah, definitely, yeah. Detective Hanada quickly rose from his seat and ran out of the room.
私たちも
yeah,
手
yeah.
伝いましょうか。
Would you like us to help as well?
山の捜索なら 人数は多い方がいいと
Yeah,
思
fair
います
enough. Yeah, if you're searching out on the mountains, it would be better to have as many people as possible.
あ、いえ、
Oh no.
赤坂警視と大石さんには別のことを緊急
Shit,
でお
what's
願いした
this?
いのですが、
Inspector Wakazaki
よろ
always
しい
done.
で
There
しょ
is
う
a
か。
matter I urgently need your support on if you don't mind.
別のこ
What?
と
Another matter? What is
は
it?
て
これです。
This. As she said that, Chief Inspector Minai removed a palm sign. Oh my god. Hang on a second. How was she actually going to be able to get this from to Natsumi by, you know, using these people? If anything, these people don't trust her whatsoever. I mean, Akazaka maybe, but like still. As she said that, Chief Inspector Minai removed a palm-sized pink case from her inside pocket. Yeah, she opened the lid, revealing packages containing unusually coloured capsules. Yeah. What is that?
君吉夏美が以前携帯していた
Yeah,
ものです
Kimiyoshi Natsumi was carrying this earlier. Yeah, it's not drugs, it's just...
返そうと思って
Medicine.
今日までつい機会
Yeah,
をしてい
I've
たの
tried
で
to
す
return
が
it, but I haven't had the opportunity. Yeah.
風邪薬かなんかですかね
Is this cold medicine or something?
食欲のなくなりそうな色のカプセルですな
Oh, fair enough. The colour on these capsules is making me lose my appetite.
印字の記号から各メーカーに問い合わせてみたのですが、どれも回答なし。
Tried asking the major drug manufacturers about the printed markings, but they didn't match anything.
法定外の薬の可能性がありますね。
What? No, I mean, she had ataxia. So, obviously that would be, you know, what she'd be using to treat that. But what? How the fuck is that even possible? There's no way she's taking illegal drugs. I mean, we know Natsumi. There is no way she'd do something like that. No. I cannot believe that. I cannot. Normally, prescription drugs contain markings to identify the name and manufacturer. What? You have got to be kidding me. But at the same time, she has ataxia. So I don't really understand why these drugs would be... I don't really understand why, firstly, after having an illness that bad, like, if I remember correctly, ataxia is where, you know, your brain just sometimes shuts off and something on muscle... Wait, what is ataxia? I obviously don't know. Neurological sign consisting of lack of voluntary coordination of muscle movements that include gait abnormality, speech changes and abnormality in eyesight. Right. Can affect coordination, balance and speech. Right. Interesting. So it is basically a brain disease. Yeah. That's actually really quite surprising though, because she does genuinely have something. I don't get why she, you know, having a really deadly disease would also take drugs. I wonder if she's dealing... Not dealing, sorry. She's getting crack. I don't know though. It's odd. Yeah! Yeah! Failing to do so indicated that these were unregulated drugs, so their domestic use should be severely restricted. When it says unregulated, I mean, I'd assume that they'd be either ones that are illegal, or they could be ones that are really strict for strict medical purposes. Let me just search this up so I can... Oh, interesting. So unlicensed medicines are commonly used in some areas of medicine, such as pediatrics, psychiatry, and palliative care. Interesting. Damn, it's actually quite surprising that. But yeah, I suppose. If it saves somebody's life, it saves somebody's life, no matter where it comes from.
薬の成分については岐阜県警の松岡君に調べてもらっています。
Ask Matsuoka-kun from the Gifu Prefectural Police Department to investigate the ingredients of the
彼
medicine.
はこの手の分析が
He's
得意なの
particularly proficient at this sort of analysis.
で、お二人には佐伯総合病院で君吉夏美の通院歴を確認していただきたいのです。
Hang on a second, what? And I'd appreciate it if the two of you could confirm Natsumi Kimiyoshi's hospitalization history of the Saeki. Oh my god, I didn't read the word history. I was just really quite confused then. Yeah, but Saeki General Hospital. That's actually fair enough because then they'll be able to, you know, hit the nail on the head that this could potentially be some sort of. I think it's unregulated medical drug that's, you know, used to treat a really quite dangerous cause. But I don't know. It just really doesn't seem likely.
この薬は
Was this
そこで
medicine
処方さ
prescribed
れた
there?
ものだと。
いえ、まだそこまでは。
Oh no, I haven't found that much out yet.
ただ、彼女の住む町で大きな
Oh
病
yeah,
院
yeah,
は
definitely, yeah.
佐伯総合病院だけです。
However, Saeki General Hospital was the only big hospital in the area she
ですか
lives.
ら、これを入手す
Yeah,
る
so that's
方法
probably
と
the
し
most likely
て
place
一
she
番
got
可
it
能
from.
性が高いの
Yeah,
は
I don't think
そ
she
こでは
got
な
it
いか
from
と。
illegal people down in dodgy alleyways.
まあ確かに
But at the same time, that possibility isn't something they can completely rule out until they have full concrete proof.
小さな院ではリスクとコストのことを考えても法定外の薬を扱うとはちょっと考えに
Oh
くい
yeah,
で
yeah,
すから
definitely,
ね
yeah. Yeah, so I suppose that could be them as well. But that could also be, you know, dealers out on the streets doing stuff like that. It's hard to imagine she got it from a smaller clinic, considering the costs and risks of dealing with illegal medication. Yeah.
それにこの薬、
Also, about this medicine.
例の畠山家で見つけてきたカプセルと形状と色が似ているので
Hang on a
す。
second, what? The shape and colour seem to match the capsule we found at the Hatakeyama residence.
これを見てください。
What? Wait, hang on a second, what? I was saying that she was meant to mean I pointed to a picture of the capsule she found the other day. Okay, now that is surprising.
ほほ
Does that mean that she's had some involvement with the Hatakeyamas?
言われてみれば似ています
Yeah,
ね
now that you mention it, they do look similar. Similar as opposed to exactly
こ
the
んな派手
same.
な色薬向きじゃないと思
Yeah, I
ってい
wouldn't
ました
expect
が
prescription drugs to use such flashy colours.
単なる偶然の一致かもしれませんが、念のため君吉夏美の他に
Yeah.
畠山家の家族全員の通院
It might
歴
just be a
も
coincidence,
調べ
but
ても
just
ら
in
えたら
case,
助かり
it
ま
would
す
be。helpful if you could verify the hospitalization history of the entire Hatakeyama family while you investigate Kimiyoshi Natsumi's history. That'd be really quite interesting. So I really wonder what we could derive from this. So it's either that, you know, for example, Hatakeyama was at the... No, wait. Hatakeyama died before he actually went to the clinic where Natsumi would have, you know, met him for the first time. That's actually really quite surprising though, so yeah, I really wonder why this could potentially be happening. I mean, I just don't get how this could have... I just don't really get what Natsumi would have to do. I don't get what business she would actually have being in the Hatakeyama household. I mean, it just makes no sense. I mean, she's obviously not committed murder. I mean, that is just, you know, a #1 fact that we can obviously rely on. Maybe she's visited the Hatakeyama household, who knows? And probably dropped that out on her way there.
捜査令状は取ってありますので、今度は刑事として対応
right.
し
We
て
have
く
a
ださ
search
い。
warrant, so please identify yourselves as detectives this time. Oh. Yeah.
お心遣い
Yeah, I appreciate you as well. Oh yeah, that's funny. That, yeah, I think Natsumi already knows that they're detectives. She's probably alluding to our rash behaviour last time that caused our cover story about being publicist to fool about. Oh my god, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't take her as one to hold a grudge.
本来なら私が直接行くつもりだったのですが、 今日までに
Oh
例
my
の衝殺
god,
事件の
yeah.
報告書をあげなければいけませ
I
んの
plan
で
to handle this directly, but I need to write a report on the recent burning incident.
お願いできますでしょうか。
Could you do me this favor? That's funny though.
もち
Yeah.
ろんです
Of course.
早速行きましょうか
Let's out it out immediately. Voice
ええ
Yes.
それじゃあともいちゃん、今日のご祝儀に
Look forward to
期
good
待
news
して
later
てく
today.
ださいな。
As he's so confident. I mean, maybe his confidence is going to be, you know, it's going to produce genuine results, but maybe it could be completely the opposite as well. Who knows? Oh, you want a gift? Oh my god, her
わ
eyes!
かりませんよ。
Can't say I understand where you're going with that. She's confused. I mean, fair. I couldn't help but chuckle upon seeing she was at the Minais' astonished face. Yeah, anyway, Psyche General Hospital, huh? Hopefully some useful information will be hiding there. Yeah, I really wonder what this, you know, potential phenomenon is actually going to, you know, I wonder what the truth behind it is actually going to be. It's actually going to be really quite interesting that Tomoe, you know, she was the one that actually planned to handle this directly. I mean, that is fair enough, but at the same time, I wonder if that could have been, a more smart idea, because if she handled this directly, then she, having more of a connection and more knowledge about Natsumi and more knowledge about her personality as well, I really wonder, and what's actually happening in her life at the moment, I wonder if that would be a little bit more convenient. I don't know. Hmm.
それじゃあ藤田君、
Well, then,
報告を
Hijita-kun,
聞きま
let's
しょ
see
う
your
か。
report. After Akasaka noisy left the room, Tomoe's expression returned to normal as he returned to Fujita. Having not said a word until then, he put the report hidden under his desk and handed it to Tomoe with a painful expression.
何？
What?
よろしかったのです
Is
か
this alright?
花田や赤坂警視たちにこのことをお知らせしなくても
Why are they... Hang on a second, what the fuck are they keeping? Giving this information from Hamananda, Inspector Akasaka and
聞
the
か
others.
せたくなかったのよ。
Why would they not hear it?
あの二人にはまだね。
What? Why? What? Hang on a second. What are they keeping? At least for these two, not yet. Tomoe replied with a sigh as she turned over the cover of the report.
花田君ってこの前娘さんが誕生したばかりでしょ。
Oh, Hanada-kun's daughter was just born, right?
赤坂警視にも娘さんがいる。
Oh, interesting. So I kind of get the impression that this could be something that is really going to prolong the investigation so that, you know, these people can't spend time with their daughters.
まだ確定じゃない状況で安易に話すのもどうかと思った
Interesting.
し
So I
ね。
kind of get the impression that this, whatever this is, this announcement that has been on the report, I kind of get the feeling that it's going to really make it so that the workload this case provides is actually increasing a lot. So much so that these people aren't going to be able to spend time with their family. Oh god, that's really quite something. Maybe it's like an estimated time for how long this investigation is going to take.
でももうほぼ確定と言って 差し支えないと思います。
But I don't think it'd be wrong to say the details are all but confirmed by this point. Then Tomoe continued flipping through the pages, looking over the investigation photos. Fujita had borrowed it from the forensics team. It showed the it showed the interior of the it showed the interior of the Kiyama household after the incident in the room of the elder son, Kentaro. It was probably a shooting from a close range. Oh my god. With huge bloodstains spread across the wall as if from an explosion. In contrast with their visit yesterday, the pictures clearly illustrated the form of vestiges of life in the house. Oh. Tomoe suddenly frowned while looking at the muddy colour of the blood. Oh my god, yeah. Despite thinking she should already be used to this. Oh my god, that really just shows how much of a difficult job policing is. But yeah. I still can't believe it.
それに今回ばかりはMinaisさんの推理が外れてくれと。
Seriously, Minais-san, I thought your hunch was completely off base this time. Oh, is it just the hunch of whichever place they investigate, misfortune will then come?
そっか。
I see.
私もね。
Actually, I
実
feel
は
the
同
same
じ
way.
今でもまだ私の勝手な想像だ
Even
った
though I
ら
had
なって
hoped it was all my
期待しちゃって
imagination.
る。でも現実は見
Oh
ない
yeah,
とね。
definitely, yeah. But the reality is clear as day. Oh my god, yeah, fair enough. I mean, that incident is just so brutal that you would actually hope something as worrying as, you know, your senses being so false that you need to doubt them would happen. Yeah, fair. Yeah, she said that. Tomoe arranged the photos on the desk according to the tags attached to them. Out in front was a photo of the wall in Kentaro's room that she had taken earlier. Oh, and one of the wall inside Masaru in his wife's room.
最初に違和感を持ったのはこの血の飛び散り方を見た時ね。
I first got the impression something was off when I saw the way how this blood was scattered.
そして実際に見に行ってもしかしたらがおそらくになった。
And after closer examination, that went from a maybe to a probably. What? Tomoe pointed to the blood stain on the wall of Kentaro's
ライフル
room.
を射撃で構える時は普通こう肩の高さで狙い
With
を
a
つける。
rifle, the shooter normally holds the gun at shoulder height.
だから銃弾はその本人の身長に見合ったものになる。
So the position of the bullet would roughly correspond to the person's height.
ええ。
Right.
ただ身長の低い対象物を至近距離から撃つ時は違うわよ
However,
ね。
it's not like that if you're shooting a low object at a close range, right?
ほとんどの大人の場合は立ったまま銃口を下に向け
Yeah,
て
most
引
adults
き
would
金を
stand still
引
on
く。
point, the muzzle down as they pull the trigger. Yeah.
だとしたら
In that case. Yeah! Of course, the bullet would have gone right over Kentaro's head otherwise.
ケンタロウは至近距離から銃弾を頭部に受けて
Jesus
即死し
fucking
た。
Christ. Kentaro received a bullet to the head and this guy is a child as well.
だったら血痕が壁に付着するのは
Yeah.
変。
No, I get what she's saying.
見下ろす姿勢から発射すれば普通なら
Yeah,
血
yeah,
痕
I
は床
agree,
に広が
yeah.
るはず。
If the gun was fired from a downward angle, it would make more sense for the bloodstains to be spread across the floor.
でも血痕も銃弾も壁にあったということは
But the bloodstains and the bullet were found on... Okay, that is weird. I mean, I don't really understand what somebody would gain from this because not all of this adds up, but at the same time, nobody to possibly gain anything from this crime is alive at the moment. Or could you imagine if this is the mountain dogs? I don't know though. I don't really think that would be likely whatsoever. But what in the possibility? But the bloodstains of the bullet found on the wall.
ライフルが構えられた高さはほぼケンタロウと同じ
So the
と
rifle
いう
was
こと
roughly
になる。
held at Kentaro's height.
え
Yeah.
え、鑑識も同じ見解でした。
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Interesting. So the forensics team roughly had the same opinion.
それにもう一つ、
Another thing.
マサオはライフルを喉に押し当てて自殺を図ったと
About
の
the
こ
theory
と
that
だけど、
Masao committed suicide by holding the rifle to his
ライフ
throat.
ルの向きを考えると別の見方もあ
Based
る。
on the direction of the rifle, there's another
つ
possibility.
まりマサオよりも身長の低い犯人が見上げる姿勢から
What?
ライフルを発射した。
In other words, a culprit much shorter than Masao fired the rifle. I mean, hang on a second, what? This is so confusing.
ではやはり
Okay, so the real culprit is
本当の犯人は
ええ、そう。
Yes, exactly.
現時点で最も怪しいのは長女の畠山葵よ。
The daughter, Hatakeyama Aoi. Jesus Christ. That is so weird, though. I'm just genuinely really quite surprised, but it's interesting that this evidence really does add up. Oh my god, could you imagine if that's the case? Jesus, man. If this tiny little girl has just done an act as strong as this, you know, literally killing somebody, I mean, that would be unbelievable. That really would be. That really would be shocking. But at the same time, I kind of get the impression that just because of the situation being so deadly and just because of her having, you know, like literally no idea what to do, of course she wouldn't. She probably fired the bullet just as a matter of stress and as a matter of, you know, lack of what to do, obviously. Lack of experience from guns, lack of ideas of just how deadly they are, stuff like that. Oh, that is unbelievable. Yeah. Hang on a second, so that means that, you know, Aoi was potentially, you know, the person that shot Kintaro as well. But at the same time, I was thinking it couldn't be likely, because what if, for example, you know, the person would be mental, of course they do this. What if they just held the person across the neck and then put them so that their head was the height of their head and then, I don't know, just shot them in the neck or something like that? Yeah, but at the same time, what, or in the body. Yeah, so I don't really think that's the most likely theory. But at the same time, if that accompanies the theory of that a fucking little girl is behind this, that's just weird. That is seriously weird. I mean, what the fuck has happened there? Because if anything, this is getting weirder and weirder, because the Hatakeyama family, I mean, I get that, you know, the oldest guy was actually from Hinamizawa, but that little girl wasn't. She wasn't. She's been raised in Kakiuchi. But at the same time, she has blood from the people that have had Hinamizawa syndrome, so maybe that could have been passed on. I don't know, that is so strange. That really is. That is unbelievable. I really wonder if Aoi is actually still alive. But like, still, Aoi is fucking tiny. She's literally like 5-6 years old. Jesus. Right, this is going to be really quite interesting. While writing a report on the nurse burning incident, I love it. Yeah, the way I thought about her earlier conversation with Fujita. Even though she had grown accustomed to seeing him feeling down and indignant at irrationality, it was particularly painful this time.
それにしても畠
Yeah,
山葵
yeah, I
は
couldn't
まだ
agree
10
more.
歳で
Yeah,
すよ。
even so, isn't that Hatakeyama Aoi only 10 years old?
ライフルみたいな巨大な銃を扱うなんて。
That's
非常識
true,
です。
actually. Yeah, somebody that small handling a huge rifle is insane. I couldn't agree more. Yeah. I mean, would she actually be able to, you know, withstand the weight of it?
免許が発行されないだけよ。
Well, yeah, I think that's a little bit obvious. Yeah.
操作自体は子供でもできるわ。
Fair, but the operation is simple enough for a child to handle. Still,
ですが
I agree. It's just so brutal to accept. I mean, I don't want to believe this. I really don't. He tried to make a rebuttal, but nothing came. Yeah, because he can't argue. Across the country, there were several incidents involving hunting rifles every year. Jesus. Among them, the worst cases were the ones where... Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I can imagine stuff like that happening. Yeah, Jesus Christ. What a way for somebody to die, my god. That would be horrible. That really would be. I mean, my god, that must be so painful though, because I'm assuming things like these, they are real. Of course people would do that, and obviously immature kids. Yeah, I mean, that's why you don't give them fucking guns, but like, still, some people are either in bad circumstances or they're just really stupid. Yeah. Thus, it seems unwise to call the theory absurd and brush it aside. I think that is fair enough, but at the same time, why two people? If it was a prank and, you know, just something, a mistake, why has it happened twice? Indeed, Tomoe had testimony from neighbouring housewives that Aoi's father, Hatakeyama Masaoi, had gone on several hunting trips with her. Oh, interesting. So maybe that's probably why she actually knows how to use the hunting rifle.
これは推測でしか
This
ない
is
け
only
ど
a theory.
もしマサオが面白がって一緒にいた娘にその撃ち方を教えていたとしたらどう
But maybe Masaho was interested in teaching his daughter how to shoot. If she told him she was interested in learning, that he probably would have let her try it out. So she may have been familiar with the operation. Yeah, fair. The argument that it was impossible for a child was easily refuted that way. Definitely, if the child has a hunting-related background, then of course. Yeah, definitely, yeah.
そしてこの
Take
写
a look at
真
this picture.
いくら散弾銃とはいえど発射時の反動は子供の体では
The
な
firing
く
recoil of a shotgun would be brutal against a child's body. Oh my god, yeah.
だから部屋の壁に背中を押し付けてこう
So
撃
she
つ
braced her back against the wall and fired like this. After simulating that posture against the conference room wall, she picked up one of the pictures of the closet door she had taken herself. On the opposite side of the door was a wall covered in blood splatter from when Yoshiko was shot. Jesus. And to support her argument, she found a mark left by something heavy about 1 meter off the ground on the closet door.
では畠山葵が頭部を殴打されて気を
When
失ったという
Hakuyama
の
Aoi
は
told us she hit her head and lost consciousness.
彼女の嘘でしょうね
Yeah, she probably wasn't telling us the whole truth.
最後
Yeah,
のマサオへの射
yeah.
撃の際健太郎やヨシコの時と違って葵はその反動を抑えきれなかった
When she shot Masao last, Aoi was probably unable to suppress the recoil like she was with Kentaro and Yoshiko. Yeah. That's actually really quite interesting. I'm just trying to sort of picture this. So, is she standing behind the door, and then on the other side of the door, there's obviously the person that she wants to kill, shooting a bullet through the wood of the door, and then obviously that penetrating like the entirety of the person there. I wonder. Maybe I'm getting this a little bit wrong. But yeah, that would definitely reduce the impacts entirely. Yeah. So that's why the body wasn't completely battered. Yeah, that actually does make sense a little bit. Yeah. Oh my god. Why the fuck has this happened though? I want to know, because I don't even think the syndrome's likely at this point.
銃口を上に向けて発射したからで
Yes,
しょう
likely
ね
that she fired with the muzzle facing upwards. Yeah.
だから吹き飛ばされて頭を打ちつけて失神した
Oh, interesting. So she was blown back, causing her to hit her head and face. That is actually really quite surprising. So if she's, you know, accidentally, well, the muzzle firing upwards, I don't really know if that'd change aim or not, but like still, if it was so bad that she'd actually been blown back, then I'm actually quite surprised that, you know, the firing shot that actually killed Hatakeyama was fired there. Sorry, Masao even.
それについては現場の証拠だけでは判断できないと
The
鑑
forensic
識は
team
言っておりました
said that couldn't be determined by on-site evidence alone.
ですが
Yeah, however, I'd agree that,
自分も可
I
能
agree
性は
that
高いと
possibility
思い
is
ま
high.
す
Yeah, I think it just,
それに
but
しても
even so, no, I mean, obviously the possibility is very high, but it just seems so unlikely. Why the fuck would a 10-year-old kill their entire family? I mean, apart from, what's his name, Kazuma, but like, still, it just makes zero sense. Fujita tried several times to calm himself by breathing steadily, but eventually, oh god, he cried out, clenching his fist. Yeah. Yeah.
自分には分かりません
Yeah, I just don't understand. Yeah,
自分
fair.
の親を弟を殺す理由が一体どこにあったというんですか
Yeah, I agree. Why on earth would she kill her brother and her parents?
まして畠山葵は 10
Yeah,
歳ですよ
exactly. Plus, Hatakeyama Aoi is only 10 years old. And the fact is, she's not been killed by the syndrome whatsoever. It just makes zero sense. It really does. Maybe there was something really bad at the Hatakeyama household going on.
10歳の女の子が
No,
そん
I
な残
know.
虐なことをなんで
I couldn't agree more, yeah.
一体
How could a 10-year-old girl possibly do something so cool? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How fucked up must she have to be able to do that? Like, what the hell has happened for her to want to do that? I mean, don't I remain silent thinking about, thinking back on when she met Aoi before in the park. A few of her friends said terrible things to her about Hinamizawa, and it pushed her. You have got to be what? They said that group bullying is at its cruelest and most merciless from late elementary school to middle school. Yeah, it's interesting that I don't agree, but I've had it worse at high school, but yeah, I've still had it really bad at primary school. So students can't understand restraint at that age. They succumb to peer pressure and taking things too far. Yeah, fair. So if Tomoe hadn't stepped in to help her that one time, it may have been even worse. Yeah. I really wonder. Jesus Christ, could you imagine, like, worst case scenario here? This is done because of the bullying, and she feels that her family is just so horrible for having, you know, been part of Hinamizawa that she kills them all. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's an absolute ridiculous assumption, but yeah, I mean, this is a ridiculous situation. Maybe that assumption would only be the most appropriate. I don't know, though. I really don't know. I hope that's not the case. I really hope it doesn't apply to this. How could somebody at 10 years old do something this cruel? And secondly, how could she do it in such a sort of clever motion? How could she have an idea about, you know, just changing the blood spatter so it looked like these people would actually, well, no, she didn't actually do anything with the blood spatter. She just killed people in a particular way, and they were able to deduce which ways people died because of the blast. Yeah. Oh god, that's horrible though. That's actually really quite interesting, that. Because I never really thought about that, but that is really quite true now that we think about it. Still get that these days. Yeah, her sorrow transformed into resentment. Yeah, I think that's very likely. Her anger festered into hatred, so it actually seemed a natural reaction for Aoi to lash out against their family. The source of her problems, I couldn't agree more. But at the same time, I mean, natural reaction may be, getting really mad at them, shouting at them, having an argument. Not fucking murdering them all with guns. I mean, what the hell? How can you ever say that's natural? Yeah.
わからないのは殺人という積極的行動に出たこと。
definitely, yeah. But I still don't understand where the proactive behavior leading to the murder came from. Yeah.
通常はあの年頃の子なら内面的なストレスを抱えたまま部屋に閉じこもるとか、他者との交流を断つとかいった消極的な犯行で収まるはずなのに。
Normally, children at that age will try to rebel passively, such as dealing with their stress internally by shutting themselves in their room or avoiding interaction with that. Yeah, definitely, yeah.
行動が年相応じゃない。
How do you not know that? Of course it's not! Are you saying that sort of behavior isn't normal at that age? Right.
嘘の証言をしているのも気になるわね。
I'm worried about the fact that she lied in her testimony.
しかもその内容ができすぎている。
Besides, the details were too good to be true.
一体何があの子の発想をそこまで飛躍させて成熟させたのか。
To that extreme and beyond her age, I think that's a really interesting thing to say. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Minais-san. I mean, the only thing that I'd actually be able to think of is if they have paranoia, if they have, like, the things that the syndrome would have. Because, for example, Satoko was at a similar age to Satoko was actually a lot younger when her worst effects of the syndrome for her actually came into play. And I mean, to be fair, her situation was way worse. But at the same time, she, because of thinking everybody was out to kill her, obviously did the last push. And her parents were like, yeah, I wonder how it differs here. Yeah, I really wonder if it would have been worse, this. Yeah, it's so weird.
畠山葵の監視を強化して
Oh, redouble the monitoring of Hatakeyama Aoi.
逮捕状を取るつもりは当然ないけど最悪の可能性が考えられなくも
We still remember to obtain an arrest warrant, but we can't ignore the worst possibility. Yeah, definitely, yeah. That's interesting. I wonder what they are actually allowed to do with a 10-year-old kid if they've actually done, crimes. I wonder. I mean, obviously they're not going to go to prison, but I wonder if Japan has a juvenile
病院側に
equivalent.
もその連絡を
Yeah, make contact with the hospital. Yeah, that's interesting.
わかりました。
Understood.
それでは。
On it.
あ、
Oh, Fujita.
藤田君
Tomoe called out to Fujita as he tried to dash out, and after failing to find the right words, she held out one hand in
ごめん
apology.
ね藤田君には嫌な思いをさせちゃって
So Fujita-kun, I've forced these terrible thoughts upon you.
今度何かおごるから
Oh, I'll treat you to something later. That's nice, but... Yeah.
いいですよ。
Oh, that's
これ
fine.
は未来さんの一の
Oh,
味。
yeah, Minais-san's number one chauffeur after all. It's actually really quite nice. They have such a good relationship in terms of, their...
未来さんこ
stuff.
そ一人で抱え込ま
Yeah,
れてく
I
ださ
like
いよ。
that. Yeah, please don't try to shoulder everything alone, Minais-san. Yeah, right, thanks. Oh, that is the best thing he could say. That's so reassuring, wow.
抱え込まないで
Don't shoulder everything alone, huh? Tomoe finished writing the report. Yeah, she threw down her pen, leaned back into her chair, and looked upward. She noticed that the fluorescent lamps on the ceiling, one was poorly illuminated, probably broken. Oh god, that's a nightmare. At least it's not flickering lights that really subtly flicker. Oh my god, I know. How am I going to tell them about this depressing story? Yeah. Jesus, I wonder. It's interesting that she didn't actually tell them theirs just because of how horrible it was. And that really is surprising, like, for a police officer not to tell police officers about other, about stories like this. I mean, God, especially because of, for example, Hanada and Akasaka, these people were fathers. Learning about something that awful, a person of, ages, that their daughters will become similar in a similar amount of time. I mean, Jesus. Yeah, that'd just be awful to learn. It really would be. Yeah, Fujita thought it was impossible for a girl at Aoi's age to commit such violence. Oh my god, yeah, fair enough, yeah. But Tomoe was thinking it the other way around. Yeah, what could have pushed her to do something so unthinkable for her? Yeah, definitely. I wonder. Because, I mean, I really wonder if this bullying has got so bad that this could potentially be the cause. I don't know, though. I don't think that's likely. I mean, there is resentment, but then there's just the extreme. I just don't get how this can, sort of fall into the absolute extreme. Murder is generally avoidable because people see it as an inhumane act. Definitely, but I suppose... Yeah, but paradoxically, murder exists precisely because of humane thoughts. Yeah. Outside of self-defense and hunting, a certain type of self-awareness is required to transition from murderous intent into execution. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And, yeah. Since young people still haven't fully mentally developed and have a lot of outside influences... Yeah, exactly. They can't find any meaning in killing others. I couldn't agree more, but at the same time, because of that exact reason, less mental development, any sights that, for example, are going to happen when killing, they're probably going to, discover the horrifying nature of it afterwards, and they'd probably be so traumatized that, they wouldn't be able to do any more. I just don't get how she's, killed somebody and then she's done it, so many more times. She's killed an entire family. Someone's existence is threatened. Yeah, and that drives them to kill. Yeah. Some crisis overtakes their life, and that drives them to kill. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it is extreme, but it's fair enough that she'd think that, yeah. Both require the ability to recognise the relative or absolute value of life and existence of after one's sense of self has been established. Yeah, definitely. But this person's only 10 years old. You really think they'd be able to, see the bigger picture as well? And that concept is not probably rooted during early childhood. It develops through interactions with other people during adolescence. Yeah, nourishing a concept of empathy for other people. Yeah. Yeah, fair. So for young people who are essentially children, aside from unfortunate accidents, they lack the very concepts required to conceive the notion of killing another person. Yeah, definitely, yeah. So, I mean, they could definitely do that. I mean, she would have easily had the means because of having been taught how to use a hunting rifle, I'd assume. Well, that's what we assume. I mean, she obviously has because of, being able to do this. But it's just really quite surprising that, she has done this. I mean, yeah, they don't understand the benefits of murder and the drawbacks as well, of course. Yeah. But if that thought was lurking in the mind of Hatakeyama Aoi, then who did she learn it from? Yeah, that's an interesting question. Who would give a 10-year-old... Yeah, definitely. The insight necessary to commit such a horrible crime. Yeah, definitely. Because with a lot of kids, I mean, I get this thing about, them not really having much of a concept of everything regarding, lashing out, not really having much of a concept of, severe consequences and the value of life, and like, you know, how much they will lose and how horrible of a deed is they're committing is. I mean, firstly, it shows a really bad upbringing, if I'm going to be honest, and secondly, it really just shows that, yeah, somebody could potentially be involved. I really wonder who could be involved, though. I mean, I wonder. But when I shook her head and opened her eyes to escape that, I might have thought, oh yeah, fair enough, yeah. It's just so awful to think about that, yeah. I mean, she probably does have to think about it for the investigation, but, like, still, she doesn't want to think about it, let's just say that. Even she felt she might be looking too deeply into this. No, definitely not. I think it's very rational to do so. And I mean, it is genuine, the evidence. However, she was certain there was some common element linking the strange behaviour and crimes committed by the people from Hinamizawa. Yeah, it's really interesting that, because there is. But are you ever going to really be able to find out, because just how unreal it is? And if they couldn't figure out... Yeah, that is so true. Yeah. Just then. Oh, there you are. Oh, it's Madoka. Sis? Oh. It's Madoka. What's she doing here? It's actually quite surprising. I didn't expect to see her. Oh, it's you. The door to the room opened and her sister Madoka came in. What do you want? Yeah. Has somebody done, you know, little I'm not gonna sleep today? Seems like you're here rather early when you're on that night shift. Oh, no, I'm here for normal daily work. Oh, right. I heard you'd already gone into work, so I came in a little earlier. Oh, I see. Tomoe had actually stayed overnight at Kakiyuchi Station. Oh my god, yeah, definitely, yeah. But she thought it would be too troublesome to mention that, so she didn't bother to correct her sister. Yep, don't start any complications. So how you were doing? You coming today? Today? Yeah, what on earth are you talking about? Good question. Oh. Today's an important day. I asked you to remember. To see Madoka cross her arms and puff out her cheeks. Tomoe flipped open her notebook and checked the schedule. Oh my god, that is so funny that this day that she said important is just so insignificant to Tomoe that she actually has to look in her schedule. It definitely doesn't sound important. Right, today was the day that Chief Yamaoki's parents. Oh, we're coming to town to meet their future daughter-in-law, Madoka. Oh my god, oh, that is scary. So you remember now? I'm actually really quite surprised the parents would still be alive. I mean, this chief must be really quite young. So I was thinking that, you know, their dad was probably in like their 30s and then he was in their 40s, and when the dad was alive, so he's probably in his 50s now. I mean, what am I thinking? I mean, to be fair, this is the 1980s, so yeah, it's a little bit more unlikely for people with parents in their around their 50s to survive, but still was possible. But I don't know, it just really seems unlikely that these people are very, very old to me. I don't know, I just kind of get that impression. Yeah. There's nothing to remember. You just need to go. Oh, I'm not going to stop you. Oh, so yeah. The Tomoe still held a grudge against the chief. That didn't mean she hated his parents. Oh yeah, good, yeah. In fact, even though they were getting up there in years, they came all the way from Yamaguchi. Wow, that is actually. I'd assume that's really quite far away. Where is Yamaguchi? The Chugoku region of Honshu. Chugoku literally means China. What? So Yamaguchi is, wow, it's really close to the end of Japan. Or the border of Japan. Interesting. So where are we? We're in Gakiuchi, which is, I suppose, Gyu Prefecture, can we find that? Oh, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I suppose that, yeah, that's really quite cool. Don't worry, it wasn't heartless enough to deny an elderly couple their happiness. Yeah, good. Yeah. In fact, when Madoka told her about it a couple of days ago, she responded, "Isn't that nice?" Yeah, that's yeah. Isn't that nice? Oh, in other words, this is the gift he meant. Don't worry, I thought back to our earlier conversation with Oishi and let out an exasperated sound. Well, the elderly seem to like you for whatever reason. Oh yeah, fair enough. You'll be fine as long as you talk normally. That's good. Yeah, just keep it casual and it'll be alright. Yeah, that's good. I mean, yeah, that's actually really quite funny. So the gift that Oishi actually gave Tomoe, I'd assume was, I don't know, just meeting the parents of, you know, the husband Yamaoki. Oh, that's not it. Yeah, that is actually fair enough. Yeah, I mean, this is such an important, you know, occasion. She is literally going to meet the, you know, parents of the person she's aspiring to marry. Of course she probably should be there. Huh? No way, are you asking me to go with you? I mean, it would be nice, but at the same time, I don't really think she wants to. Oh my god, I love that she's got completely shocked. Why wouldn't you? That's why I bothered to check with you. You never see her provoked. You know. You know it's a tricky situation when that's happening. Up until then, she hadn't even thought about it at all. Oh my god. Thinking about that, thinking back on it, at the time when Tomoe responded, "Isn't that nice?" to Madoka, she seemed strangely happy about it. Oh no. So Madoka probably took that as, you know, she wants to go with me, obviously. How Bruce, was that what she meant? Oh, hang on a second, I just want to see the exact. Because I thought it was responding, "Is it nice? Isn't it nicely?" You know, to the fact that, you know, her parents are coming to visit. I don't know, I can't really be bothered. Is that a no? Come on, sis. Wait, this has nothing to do with me, right? Can't you just go on? I love that she's just trying so hard. What are you talking about? Oh my god, yes, seriously, this has everything to do with you. Yeah, your sister's getting married, but sorry, man, it has nothing to do with me. Yeah, his parents are coming, right?
私の身内のお姉ちゃんが同席してくれ
yeah,
な
yeah,
きゃ
fair enough. Wouldn't
失
it
礼
be
で
rude
しょ
if my only sister didn't show? Yeah, fair enough. I love that she can't even say anything. Tomoe had clearly misread the situation. Oh yeah, definitely. And even though it was only an accident, Madoka made a compelling argument against it. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah. However,
っていうか
I mean,
その会合にあのバカ所長も出るの
is that idiot, the chief, gonna go to this meeting too?
当然でしょ
Oh. I kind of get the impression that sometimes she's just marrying the chief just because it will piss Tomoe off as much as possible. I mean, just for a joke, but like, I don't really know. How can you genuinely say that? How can you marry somebody just to, you know, I don't know, just annoy somebody in funny situations? Why would that be your prime motive? I mean, that's just so funny though. She takes advantage of any time she can to annoy her as much as possible. Then I'm not going.
お姉ちゃん
Oh my
私は
god.
忙しいの
Well, I'm busy. To be fair, she does actually have a quite big excuse. I mean, she has a really important investigation to be getting on with.
向こうにもそう伝えてじゃあ
You can tell them the same thing, but you've got to be kidding me. So she actually refused. Oh, yeah, understandable. But at the same time, that is actually really quite surprising because, you know, she really is probably doing bad for her sister not attending to this thing. God, she seriously didn't want the old man calling her sister-in-law. After Tomoe's ultimatum, she stood up with her report in hand. Normally, Madoka would get shocked and angry with her sister during an argument and storm away. But today, she wouldn't let it end there. Oh, she probably really just sees, like, this is the argument where, like, so much would be at stake if she didn't come. So, oh, she's probably going to try and convince her. Yeah, I hope she is. I mean, even though it's going to be really quite bad for Tomoe, obviously, you know, having, you know, person she really resents, you know, calling her sister-in-law. At the same time, probably is for the better. I mean, it's just kind of... I really don't think she could have picked a worse person to marry, let's be honest here. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. Has he actually, like, slapped her? Oh, damn! Madoka grabbed Tomoe's arms with... sorry. Madoka grabbed Tomoe's arm with both hands to stop her. Madoka gazed at her on the verge of tears. Oh my god, yeah, fair. Yeah. Come on, sis. I mean, this is so important for her. I think Tomoe, even though she doesn't like this, she should, you know, extend her boundaries just to be, you know, just to be supportive of her sister. Oh, that's just for today. Yeah, just for today. I mean, she doesn't have to like the situation, just as long as she's there and as long as she obviously makes it, you know, a nice atmosphere. Boom. That's all she has to do.
私のたった一人の家族なんだよ
You're the only family I have left, sis.
そりゃ
Oh,
喧
God,
嘩したり
yeah.
家出したりして
Yeah.
しばらくお姉ちゃんと離れて暮らしてたけど
I admit we fought in the past and lived apart for so long after I ran away.
私
After I ran away.
ちゃんとカオルさんのご両親に紹介したいの
But I'd like to do a proper introduction for Kaoru-san's parents.
私はお姉ちゃんが
Oh
い
my
た
god,
か
yeah,
ら
fair.
今日まで生きてこられたんだって
It's thanks to you, sis, that I was able to live my life up until this day.
窓か
Madoka.
私はお姉ちゃんにちゃんと認めてもらいたいの
Yeah, that's nice. Sis, I'd like you to give you a
それ
blessing.
にこの結婚私た
Oh
ち
yeah,
真
yeah,
剣
yeah,
なんだよ
definitely. Yeah, I'm serious about this marriage, you know?
昔みたいにいい加減で適当に思いついたんじゃ
Oh
ない
yeah, definitely, yeah. It's not like the old days when I didn't think about things properly. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. This is a decision that she herself, she has formulated with her heart, and it has been serious and very informed as well. So please.
結婚のことはまだ認めてもらえなくても私お姉ちゃんが信じてくれるようになるまで頑張るから
Even if you still can't accept our marriage, I'll just keep doing my best to make you believe in it. That's nice.
今日だけ
Yeah.
今日だけでいい
But
協力
please,
してよ
just for today, please go along with it, just for today. Oh, I really hope that's going to convince her. But at the same, I really don't know. I really don't get how she's going to be able to say no to Madoka after this. I mean, she's just, you know, Madoka has been so, you know how important Madoka is to Tomoe. Of course, she's not going to want to deny her. Oh my god, I really hope she is. I really hope she is. Madoka stared at Tomoe with an, yeah, unrelentingly serious expression. Yeah. Allowing her to continue opposing the marriage was Madoka making the biggest concession she could. Yeah, fair. Moreover, the fact that the chief asked her to meet with his parents could indicate that he was receiving some serious backlash from his own relatives. That's actually quite interesting because the chief obviously would be really looked down on just from marrying a person so much younger than her. So if the people actually realised that this person was, you know, a really quite nice one, then maybe it could change. But if events proceed as they normally did, Tomoe would leave. Yeah, here, and they would fight for a while. Yeah, definitely, yeah. That resignation bordering on disappointment was trembling in Madoka's eyes. Yeah, fair. When Tomoe saw that, she paused for a while to collect her thoughts, then she responded in a casual tone. Ooh.
わかった。
Understood!
それから、結婚認めてあげる。
That's so good. That is that is brilliant. Oh, can you imagine just how good Madoka must actually be finding this? I mean, it's actually really quite surprising that, you know, she's finally been convinced. Yeah. Huh? Oh yeah, she's surprised. Yeah, oh my god, yeah, fair enough. Well, that means I'll have to see for myself what that bastard's parents are like too.
あんたが嫁姑関係でちゃんとやっていけるか、じっくり観察してやろうじゃないの。
I'm watching carefully to make sure you can have a proper relationship with your in-laws. Yeah, huh? Oh my gosh, you must just be dumbfounded. Sis, what did you just say? I know, like, her actually wanting to help, her actually wanting to, you know, ensure that she has good relationships with her in-laws, actually making the marriage something that could potentially happen. I mean, that's just so out of character, suddenly. Unable to understand what she meant, Madoka tightened her grasp on Tomoe's arm. Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah, she must just be thinking that, is this really Tomoe that I'm speaking to? Yeah, it was so sudden that she couldn't believe it. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Even so, she tried persuading her 19 times in the past. Jesus Christ. 19, that is so much. Yeah, it never amounted to anything. The fact that this is actually happening now, I mean, obviously it's because there's a massive thing that would be at stake if things haven't happened and the marriage being closest as possible. No, not closest it ever has possibly been before. Yeah. Seconds, but yeah, it's actually really quite surprising, right? That's why she never expected her sister to acquiesce. The fuck does acquiesce mean? I don't know. Give in to something that she never really would have normally. I don't know. Tomoe shrugged her shoulders while smiling at her sister. Yeah. Oh, good for her. I mean, Oh, I'm so happy that, you know.
認めるって言ったのよ。
Told you, I'm willing to accept it. Hang on a second, is this you? Like, the song You? No, it can't be. Oh yeah, this is the one that really sounds like You.
一人だけ反対してても、なんだかお邪魔虫。
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, if I'm the only one in opposition, I'm just getting in the way.
あ
Yeah.
んたがうまくやれるか、まだ半信半
Oh
疑だ
yeah,
けど。
yeah, yeah. I'm glad that she's being
頑張
honest.
りなさい。
I'm still skeptical about whether it'll work out, but please do your best. Oh, good for her. She must be so
ただ
happy.
し
Yeah.
絶対条件が
Oh,
一つ。
however, I have one absolute
ア
requirement.
ンニャローが私のことをねえさんって言ったけど、これだけは絶対譲らないからね。
That man cannot call me sister-in-law. I absolutely will not back down on that.
わかった？
Got it. Really?
取り消し不可だよ。言ったら許さないよ。
No takebacks allowed, you know? I won't let you.
後で4月バカとかごまかしたりしないよね。
I'd just try to say it was an April Fool's prank or something like that later, right? That is so funny. She thinks this is so unreal that she's on the impression Tomoe is actually joking
言
around.
わないわよ。
I won't do anything. Yeah, exactly. She's not fucking
こ
around.
んなクソ暑い4月があってたまるかっての。
Yeah, fair enough. And it would be nice if it was this hot in April. Yeah, I don't like hot Aprils. I think hot Aprils are shit. Wait until August for hot weather. I hate hot Junes, I hate hot Julys, I hate hot Augusts as much as anything else. I hate hot Augusts the most, but yeah, hot Septembers, they're horrible as well. Hot Octobers, they're also crap. Yeah! Oh my god, she's probably really forced herself onto her, in hugging, not any other weird way, but yeah. yeah, ambushed by a sudden hug, Tomoe screamed in confusion and embarrassment. Oh yeah, but when she looked at her sister, who was still trembling, she gently rubbed her back. Yeah. Oh.
ありがとう。
Thank you, sis.
お姉ちゃん。お姉ちゃん。
Oh, it's just. I mean, you always really think of this marriage as just something that's really just quite a joke, really something laughable. Like, beforehand, I always thought of this as just something ridiculous. I thought, like, an age gap this big, even though they did love each other, I thought it was just really quite surprising and just quite odd. But you really don't realise how much of an emotional impact these people have and how much they care and just how much this means to them. It's just so nice here, just really seeing just how much this is benefiting Madoka and how happy she is from it. I'm just genuinely so surprised that she would do this one time. But I kind of get the impression that this investigation is really, really making her just sort of, I don't know, increase her empathy. If I'm going to be honest, I mean, having to deal with so many murders, so many tragic things. Of course, it would sort of increase the understanding of the world around her. Maybe the understanding of how important this was to Madoka. Oh, that's so sweet.
もう
This is fine, I guess it's probably time to move on.
この辺が引き際だろう。
She still felt a little hesitation, yet oddly enough, Tomoe didn't regret anything she just said. Oh, that's brilliant. I think it's so nice that she's saying this from the heart.
それじゃあお姉ちゃん。
Where is this?
今
Good
日は
luck
よろ
today.
しくね。
Yeah. Music note.
はいはい。
Yep.
そういや、親御さんとはどこ
By
で
the
会
way,
う
where are you
予定な
planning to
の
meet his parents?
柿内駅前の中央広場だよ。
Oh, in the central square in front of the Kakiyuchi train
5時
station.
にそこで待ち合わせて、そのまま料亭に直行する
right,
の。
we'll meet there at 5 o'clock and head straight to the restaurant. Oh,
5時
5
か
o'clock, huh?
ちょっと時間あ
We
る
have
わ
a
ね
little time.
ならその前に歯医者行って
I love. Oh my god, that is so funny. Would you mind if I visited the dentist before that?
またちょっと痛くなってきたから
Again? Oh my god. Yeah, because I remember. I think it was. I can't remember when it was, but there was some time where Tomoe had visited the dentist and had actually got her toothache there. Even though you remember when we saw in the second time I played this, where she was at Kakiyuchi Station. Sorry, airport. Even when I say station, she was at Kakiyuchi airport, and yeah, we saw Madoka actually, making up with her, and then obviously them going off somewhere, wanting to do stuff together, and her cancelling her dentist appointment. But there was some time, I can't remember which time it was, where she did finally get a dentist appointment. But that is so embarrassing, though. Oh my god. Yeah. Sometimes I really wonder why her teeth are hurting again. Maybe because she eats things like 20 hamburgers. Her teeth could potentially not be in the best health, but at the same time, I don't really think that much savoury food. I mean, I get that it's really greasy and unhealthy and fatty, but it's not really the worst for the teeth. I mean, at least it's not candy-related things. To be fair, she does drink coffee, which I wouldn't be surprised is bad for her teeth. That must be so awkward though. Like going to basically somebody you resent, seeing their parents, seeing them with Madoka, like your sister that you care so much for. Yeah, it's going to be really quite difficult for Tomoe, but yeah, she's going to be able to do it, and I think it's so nice that she's done this all for her benefit, Her as in Madoka. Sure, but
まだ治ってなかった
wait, you haven't
の？
got them fixed yet? Yeah, I
悪かった
know.
ね。
Yeah, yeah. Well, sorry.
ここんとこ忙しかったもんだからつい
Jesus, I've been so busy lately that I haven't found the time. That is so surprising. I mean, that is how the fuck can you have teeth pains for a week and you can not only eat a lot of stuff, but second, so obviously the teeth pains get worse and have them every time you eat or drink. But secondly, how can you endure that? Even so, it was more than a week ago when Tomoe first mentioned her teeth were hurting. Yeah, so we couldn't have killed her to make some time to get them fixed. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. She was too serious for her own good. Yeah, I agree. Despite those astonished thoughts about her sister, Madoka felt pleased. It was just like her sister after. It is, yeah. At the same time, I don't really know if that's a good thing, but yeah. I suppose she's still in character.
おかしいな
It's a little strange.
しばらく痛みが静まってたから治ったと思ってたんだけど
The pain went away for a while, so I thought it had healed.
虫歯は自然治癒しないよ。
Yeah, you know that tooth decay doesn't heal naturally,
知っ
right?
てるわよ
Oh no, I was just
冗談
kidding.
だって
Oh,
あ
yeah.
しまっ
Oh,
た
whoops.
保険証家に置きっぱなしだっ
Oh
た
no, my insurance card at home.
どこにしまったっけな
Where did I put it? Oh, so I'm assuming the insurance card.
お、それじゃ
Oh,
あ
I can lend you mine.
私の貸してあげるよ。
Oh, that's
はい、
nice.
これ。
Here, take it. After saying that, Madoka took the insurance card out of her wallet and handed it over. It was covered in a gaudy floral protective case like a high school girl would use. Oh, when Tomoe saw it, she was dumbfounded. Yeah, wait, more importantly,
何言ってる
what are
の
you saying?
これあんたの保険証でしょ
Oh, this is your insurance card.
私は登録されていないんだし使う
Oh,
のは有
oh
利
yeah,
な
that
の
wouldn't look very good for a chief inspector. I'm not registered under your name, so it'd be breaking the rules if I used it.
もう、また固いこと言うな。
You've got to be kidding me. No, you should follow the law. Come on, don't be a stickler.
別に他人じゃないんだし、悪用されるなんて誰も思わないってば。
I mean, it kind of is abusing it. You're still giving it to a... It's like saying, I don't know, have a personal ID. That's like saying... what's a good example? That's like, I don't know, lending somebody your fingerprint for a biometric authentication and then just saying, like, oh, my fingerprint is actually his. Like, it's just abusing the system. It's not good.
そういう問題
Yeah, that's not the
じゃない
problem. I think it's really good that Tomoe is actually, you know...
私たちは公
Yeah,
務
we're
員
civil
なんだから
servants, so we need to...
わきまえ
Set an example. Well, Madoka. I feel kind of bad for making this joke, but she isn't really the best example of this. What?
どうしたの？
What's wrong,
お姉
sis?
ちゃん。
What the fuck? What's happened? What? Suddenly? Tomoe went silent and gazed at the contents of the insurance card in her hand. And then she raised her head while taking a deep breath. And then, as Madoka watched in confusion, she quickly reached for the phone and turned the dial.
あ、松岡君
Oh, Matsuoka.
食べってる暇はないの。ちょっとだけいい？
I don't have a lot of time to chat, so do you have a second?
例の事件。
About that
そう、
incident,
その事
right,
件。
that case.
そこであのカルテを回収した病院はどこかわか
Do
る？
you know where the hospital that held those records is located? Interesting. God, I'm actually really quite surprised. I wonder what's been so awful about this insurance card that she's actually nearly blacked out. That's weird. Interesting. I wonder if she's actually made a breakthrough as a result of this.
お姉ちゃん？
Sis?
ごめんまどか、ちょ
Sorry,
っと
Martha,
黙って
could。you be quiet for a second? Yes, yes. Tomoe held the receiver to her ear and as she pulled a road map out of her drawer and spread it out. Then she ran her finger along it to verify a location and scribbled something on her Memo pad. She, tore the sheet of paper out and held it up.
あ、それと例の薬の分析どんな感じ？
Oh, by the way, how is the analysis of medicine
So,
coming along? Yes, I
わかっ
understand.
た。終わったら報告よろしく。
Let me know when it's complete.
それじゃ。
Thanks. As Tomoe hung up the phone, she quickly wrote down the destination Gihu Prefectural Police Forensics Department. On the first division scheduling board. Oh, interesting that, yeah. Then she turned around, grabbed her jacket off the coat hanger and thrust it on. It happened to be so far. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, that's just such a switch in emotions. I mean, they were just having the most sentimental time of their life. But I kind of get the impression that something has made her have a breakthrough. She can't stop now. It's like in Death in Paradise, if you've ever watched that, where basically the detective, he has, he suddenly realised something that's key to realising what's actually happening in the case. He remembers everything and he can interpret it now with a really 100% correct idea of how it leads to the incident that has happened. And yeah, as a result of that, he just loses all of his, usual sort of emotion, just completely dumbfounded and not dumbfounded, I suppose completely just trying their hardest to concentrate, just, yeah, I suppose that's so. It happened so fast, Madoka was stunned for a while. Yeah, it's really quite surprising. Hold on, sis.
どこに行くのよ？
Yeah, where are you going? Yeah, I wonder. Naturally, Madoka couldn't help but ask that when she saw her sister getting ready to leave without turning back. Yeah, that is so surprising. That's so sudden. So we finally noticed. Tomoe looked back and said, "Oh, you've got to be kidding me. She didn't even." God, she's really finding this stressful. I mean, not stressful. Sorry, important. Yeah, interesting.
ごめん。休養ができた。
Oh, sorry. There's something urgent. Interesting. I need to head out for a little while. I kind of get the impression she's just. She's either genuinely... No, she is. She, of course. Yeah, she wouldn't be lying, but I kind of get the feeling she's conveniently timing this. But at the same time, I think this breakthrough that she's potentially had may make things different. Yeah.
今日の約束は
What did you say? What about your promises with that? Yeah, I really wonder how are they going to be.
大丈夫よ。場所はさっきも思った。
Oh, yeah, nice one, yeah. It'll be fun. I made a note earlier about the meeting location.
ちょっと遅れるかもしれないけど。必ず行
Oh,
くから
that's nice. I may be a little late, but I'll definitely be there. Yeah, good. See you then.
こらお姉
Oh, come on, sis. Oh, yeah. She's. You,
なのよもう
what's going on? Well, she can't really say. But yeah. This time she didn't stick around. She was moving like a tornado. Oh my god, that must be really quite intense. What's actually happened here? There was nothing else Madoka could do. She just had to believe that her sister stood by her words and said, and when she said hated breaking promises. Oh yeah, fair enough. And so she went back to work. Yeah, interesting. So we're in the Saeki hospital.
こちらが君吉夏美さんと畠山葵さんのカルテです。
Ooh, this is gonna be saucy. Sorry, that sounds a lot more wrong than it was intended to, but like still it's gonna be really interesting. Who are the records from Kimiyoshi Natsumi-san and Hatakeyama Aoi?
ご協力感謝します。
I appreciate your cooperation. Each of us poured through the records that the head nurse handed us. Perhaps the two of them... Oh, well, that's actually quite funny. I kind of get the feeling that she's remembered just how little time she has until, you know, this begins. Maybe she would have been late if she hadn't have rushed. Perhaps the two of them tended to get sick at the turn of the season or something, because they had irregular hospital visits and received medical consultation. Oh, I thought they pretended. Holy shit. That's interesting. That's actually really quite interesting in Natsumi would, especially. Because we know with a lot of people with Minais syndrome, what they do is, you know, for example, Satoko, whenever a change of climate would happen, then she would just have awful symptoms. She would be feeling so horrible because of how bad the, you know, parasite is within her. However, ooh.
普通ですね。
This seems normal.
普通ですね。
Indeed. The fields containing the medical conditions were in scribbled German. Oh, interesting. I really wonder if that's just because of, you know, they want that to be confidential. I don't know though. But we were able to grasp the contents based on the head nurse's translation. Oh, right, yeah. According to their records, they were afflicted with cold symptoms, a fever, and abdominal pain. Nothing terribly unusual. Yeah.
病状はどんな感じだったか
Do you
わ
know
か
what
り
their
ますか
condition was like?
さあ、私はお二人の時に立ち会っておりませんので、カルテに書かれた以上のことは。
Well, I wasn't present when these two patients visited here, so all I know is what's written in these records.
ただ、医師の判断内容と処方した薬の名前を見る限り、通常の患者さんとは特に変わりがなかった
Based
も
on
の
the
と思い
doctor's
ま
notes
す。
and the name of the medicine prescribed, nothing looks out of the ordinary.
そうですか。
is that so?
ちなみに
By
市
the
長
way,
さん
Ma'am,
にお
there's
伺い
something
します。
else I'd like to ask you.
こちらの薬について
Oh yeah, does this
何か
medicine
見
look
覚えはあり
familiar
ま
to
せん
you?
か？
薬？
Medicine?
こんな色のカプセルは
What?
見覚えがないですね。
Hang on a second, what? No, I can't recall ever seeing capsules of that colour.
1階の薬局で問い合わせていただけますでしょ
Oh
う
yeah,
か。
fair enough, they may know. Would you like to ask the pharmacist on the first floor? I'm actually really quite surprised that the nurse doesn't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if the pharmacist knew much more than what the nurse would. As I showed the head nurse the picture, I cautiously monitored her expression. Yeah, she seemed confused and she tilted her head to the side like, this is her first time seeing it. Yeah, definitely. She wasn't like interesting that.
最後にお聞きし
I
ま
have
す
one more thing to ask you.
こちらの病院で薬名とメーカー名が無記載あるいは不明の薬剤を使用したことはありますか
Has this hospital ever prescribed drugs whose name and manufacturer are unspecified or perhaps unknown
あり
origin?
ません。
Never.
私の知る限りで申し訳ありませんが。
Not as far as I know, to be fair. Maybe there could be somebody, you know, bending the rules a little bit, but still, that's really quite surprising. Oh, the head nurse answered somewhat unpleasantly. Sounded like a natural reaction for somebody who took pride in providing medical. Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry for all the trouble.
Oi-san, とりあえず薬局へ行きましょうか。
Oi-san, let's head to the pharmacy for now. This is really interesting. I'm just genuinely surprised that, you know, the medicine that she has for her ataxia could potentially be unlicensed, and that means it's illegal. Yeah, we didn't learn anything. I am really quite surprised about that. Yeah, they didn't. There was nothing unusual. There was nothing abnormal. And I do find it interesting that they've had regular hospital consultations on... not consultations, sorry. You know, just hospital visits and obviously medical consultations, I suppose, about, you know, colds and, you know, prescribing some medication to solve the issues of them. But I find that really quite interesting that both of them have had them, because we know that when people develop Hinamizawa syndrome, like, they sometimes get a fever before anything really bad happens. So I really wonder if these people were just, you know, maybe that could be the result of them. Maybe it could be a change of climate, or maybe it could be like them living away from Hinamizawa. I don't know. In the end, we didn't learn anything. Indeed, most unfortunate. Yeah. And here I felt like there was something suspicious about this. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's really quite surprising. As we soon as I walked out of the entrance, we looked back up the Sayaki General Hospital building. As expected of a prominent general hospital in the Chibu region, the building was clad with dignity. Yeah, it seemed to have a certain arrogance that rejected outsiders. That might just be my eyes playing tricks on me. I don't really get how you could see a building to have an arrogance, but like still, I suppose the people in the building that would be referring to more so. If it's referring to that, sure, it's valid, but yeah, it doesn't really make sense otherwise. When I went into the pharmacy and showed the pictures of the capsules to the pharmacist, they reacted just like the head nurse. How the fuck? Yeah, so the medicine probably wasn't prescribed by this hospital after all. Where could it be prescribed from, though? Yeah! Yeah, I couldn't agree more. So where do the Kiyoshi and Hatakeyama families get this medicine? Maybe it's from a town hospital or a clinic. Yeah. It would be, yeah. Definitely. I wonder how they're actually going to do so. It would be backbreaking work to check them all. Absolutely, yeah, definitely. I wonder where... Oh my god, counting all the medium to small clinics in Kageboushi City, there were at least 100. Yeah, it would take an unreasonable amount of manpower to visit them all to ask about this medicine. It would take time that they do not have. How are they going to manage this? It can't be helped. Yeah, I guess we should head back to Kageboushi Station, Oi-san. That is really quite odd. No, but the only thing is I'm actually really scared for what's going to happen to Natsumi, because obviously her grandmother has been murdered. Let's be honest, her corpse is going to be found soon. And now she's going to have, you know, her ataxia potentially get really bad. Life-threatening. I mean, this is a neurological disease. Of course it's going to be really, really bad. Wait, so... Wait. Yeah, so it could... Worst case scenario, a person has untreatable rigidity, breathing trouble, or choking, which can lead to death. Interesting. Yeah, so that's fucking dangerous.
そうですね。
I agree.
残念
Oh,
で
it's
す。
unfortunate.
せっかくともえちゃんに吉報をお知らせして、
Oh my god, that is
明
actually
日の
kind
夕食はなんかご馳走してもらおうと考えていたんですよね。
Damn. That's actually really quite funny. So Tomoe is going to have, like, you know, the dinner with Yamaoki's parents, and obviously Momoka as well. And then she's going to have dinner with Oishi the second day in a row. That's really quite funny. But at the same time, yeah, he's definitely not going to be able to live up to his promise of having delivered good news. God. Yeah, I was hoping to deliver some good news to Tomoe-chan and to dinner tomorrow.
そんなことを考えていたんですか。
That's what you were thinking about. Yeah, oh my god, seriously, yeah.
抜け目がないですね。
So shrewd. It's actually really quite funny that you would treat, like, you know, Tomoe out of all people to dinner, but, like, yeah. Because treating people out to dinner is normally things people do while dating. Let's just say that.
そんなこと言っちゃって
There you go again.
赤坂さんもちょっと興味あるって。
Even though you're a little interested too, Akasaka-san. Is he really? What?
そんなことはありませんよ。私は別に。
It's not like that. I'm not really. I love that he's just so rational. I mean, he's just even in, like, you know, situations of extreme stress like that, like, he's always sort of really speaking firmly. He's not, like, you know, shouting, flipping out, stuff like that.
まあそういう気にならなくても。
Oh, I no need to get so yeah.
でもまあ、まどかちゃんもそろそろゴール間近ですし。 彼女にも
yeah, fair enough. But at the same time, hang on a second, you've got to be kidding me. Would he suggest marrying Tomoe? I mean, let's hope that's not the case. Oishi is in retirement age, Tomoe is 29. I don't think that'll work very well. But well, with Madoka-san getting closer on the finish line, I was just hoping that she could find a nice person too. I mean, fair enough, but at the same time, I don't really think she would ever want to marry you. After saying that, Oishi sounded a heavily damaged cigarette. Oh god. Unlike his usual banter, I can see a tenderness in his eyes that resembled a father thinking of his daughter. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's actually really quite significant because Oishi was the person who saved her life. Genuinely. Genuinely. You sure do worry about her a lot, don't you? Yeah, Jimmy's better than Minai. I mean, it's just because they have so much of a bigger connection. They really do. Huh?
もちろん。
Yes, of course.
ああいう努力の子はそれ相応の見返りがないと公平というものですからね。
It wouldn't be fair if somebody who worked that hard got a proportionate reward for their efforts. Yeah, he's really not talking about much that, you know, we don't already know.
でなきゃ私は神様に文句をつけたく
Otherwise, I'd
な
have a
りますか
complaint or two
ら。
to file to the gods. That's actually really quite funny. Or is he just trying to imply that he's interested in having lunch with Tomoe? Maybe doing a little bit of taking a friendship further? Well, it's not even a friendship, it's a work relationship. But of course that's not the case. Right. Yeah, he's definitely giving him a short answer. Ever, huh? I thought about Kimiyoshi Natsumi-san. According to what Chief Inspector Minai heard, she had to put in a considerable amount of effort to keep up with her classmates since she moved to Kageboushi. Moving from the country to the city and enrolling in a college prep school in the middle of the semester. Yeah, it must be so difficult. Yeah, either of those on their own will require a date great deal of effort to adapt. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You're not only having to adapt to your entire surroundings completely, because it's all different, all of it, but you're also having to, you know, adapt to the school you're going to, especially in the middle of the year as well. That makes it even more difficult. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, and on top of that, the recent trouble with Hinawa-sama, Natsumi-san had a lot of reasons for her deteriorating mental state, and her troubles with families, and the fact that Aki could potentially be murdering, and that potentially, you know, they could be hiding a murder from her. Like, it's just so much. She's a diligent girl. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah. Oh god, yeah, fair. So given how she's had to push herself and how she's had to, and all she's had to deal with, I'm worried she's at a breaking point. So please be careful. Yeah, that's nice that she's saying that. Kimiyoshi Natsumi. She must have had so much stress from keeping up in school and learning to live in an unfamiliar city after leaving her small town behind. Yeah, I know, and now not only is her small the village next to her small town completely imploded, but secondly, like, she is, you know, she's potentially getting help from it, and her friends as well. I mean, there's so much. There really is. It's awful. And then there's the syndrome. I mean, obviously she doesn't know anything about the syndrome, but it could happen to her. Like, I mean, level 4 to 5 symptoms. Even level 3 is bad enough. Even level 2 is bad enough. Because it could develop into level 5. Obviously, if it doesn't develop, it isn't really that bad, but it's still bad. And you really do realise just how much Oishi's messed up. Like, even though Tomoe has said this, yeah, he's still really just let his curiosity and just it's just opportunity to get valuable information from the case, really just sort of take control of, you know, his moral actions. It's just, that just shows how important this is to women, how bad it is as well, how much he's messed up. Even adults take a considerable amount of time to adjust to major changes in their daily life. Oh yeah, definitely. It must be so difficult for a kid. You're not only having all of that, but you're growing up as well. Yeah. Yeah, and for a girl already dealing with the stress of preparing for college entrance exams. Yeah, it's not just that, it's her future as well. Yeah, it must have weighed particularly heavy on her shoulders. Yeah, couldn't agree more. She didn't let the endurance required to overcome all of that show on the surface, but it was by no means light enough to be ignored. Yeah, definitely, yeah.
いえ、大石さんの言う通り、努力が報われないような世の中には
just as you said, Oi-san, I don't want the world to be the kind of place where efforts go unrewarded. Yeah, it's actually really quite interesting because, oh my god, especially Natsumi's efforts. I mean, well, firstly, she's not even going to be able to get into the same university as all of these people because, you know, entrance exams are way too difficult for her, and she has that disadvantage just because of you know, her situations. But it's also just because of, you know, her stress at home. You really hope that doesn't, you really hope that doesn't go into a Sonoyutushi like a fucking tragedy like Sonoyutushi. You really hope that she gets rewarded for it, but the world isn't always that kind, sadly. That's just the sad way of looking at it. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, definitely, yeah. They're so heartful, these people. They really are caring. Oh, it's, dusk now. Oh, so we're here. Oh! Oh my god! This is the restaurant! Oh, Wakamura-san. Thank you for your hard work. This is Madoka. Has Kaoru-san already left home? Over 2 hours ago? Oh. That's weird, he hasn't made it here yet. Right, right. Understood, I'll wait a little longer, thanks. Madoka hung up the receiver and let out a deep sigh. I really hate this because of all of the things that have been happening and all of the crime that has been going on in Kageboushi thanks to, you know, Hinamizawa gas disaster. I really get the I just hate being so paranoid because I really think that maybe this could be because of some sort of, you know, oh, by the way, it's Christmas now, let's go. Yeah, Christmas. At the same time, I'm talking about potentially somebody being... Well, that is if I can even formulate a sentence. I'm talking about somebody even... I'm talking about the chance somebody has had of potentially, let's just say, disappearing on their way to get to one of their most important dinners. Yeah, I really wonder what's actually happened to... God. I'm assuming Wakamura is the waiter. I don't know though. That's weird though. Why hasn't he left out? I mean, maybe it could be some sort of urgent business, but at the same time I don't really understand why that would be the case. Wakamura was the housekeeper at Chief Yamaoki's house. Jesus Christ, he has a housekeeper. Man, it's rich. An old-fashioned woman who served them for many years. Oh, although Madoka didn't have a good first impression with her, they eventually became friends. That's nice. She was teaching Madoka how to cook, going shopping together and taking care of her. That's cool. This is the one. Oh my god, yeah, definitely. Shit, man, I really hope something hasn't happened. You're just so worried every time something potentially abnormal has happened. Yeah, she assumed Tomoe would arrive late, but she never expected Team Yamaoki would be late too. Interesting that Tomoe's late. I wonder if they're together. I don't know, just talking about something related to the work, or I don't know, maybe talking about the dinner, who knows. But yeah, it's actually really quite surprising. As a result, she was forced to play host for 2 elderly people. Oh my god. Oh, that is a nightmare. As a result, she was forced to play host for 2 elderly people she had only met today, and she had nobody for her to complain to. But at the same time, I suppose that isn't really the worst, because once you get on a conversation, once you get on a, you know, thing that they can most commonly talk, you guys can commonly talk about, yeah, that'd be quite fun. Yeah, nonetheless, she couldn't keep his parents waiting forever, so Madoka decided to let everyone begin eating. Yeah, but as time went on, it got harder and harder. I really wonder why they're not there. Yeah, that's good, but at the same time, it's just really quite surprising. I wonder if they've had some really significant breakthrough, or maybe something's happened. Or maybe something's happened concerning Yamaoki, and I don't know, Tomoe's had to investigate it, something like that. But they seem to be enjoying themselves, so I guess it's okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good. She was nervous at first about making a good impression, but Yamaoki's parents seem to be kind, friendly people from the countryside. That's brilliant. That really is. It's so good that these people, you know, are just as kind as... I mean, yeah, just as kind as, you know, Yamaoki. In fact, Madoka expected them to nag about her being too young, but neither of them touched that subject. They are properly tolerant people. Wow. Instead, they smiled and nodded while listening to her hobbies and interests. That's really nice.
先にカオルさんが言ってくれてたんだね。
Yeah, fair enough, yeah, but at the same time, that just really shows. It really shows that they have genuine kindness, you know. That's such a good, you know, family to be marrying into. It's all luck, but like still, she's definitely had good luck. All of her concern had washed away, and Madoka was feeling happy. Yeah, even so. Madoka suddenly laughed as she looked outside. Maybe it was just coincidence, but this was the same restaurant where she and Tomoe meant to reconcile what their differences. That's actually really quite interesting. Yeah, so I suppose now you could loosely connect it to, you know, Tomoe and her sort of, I don't know, just resolving all of the differences they have in relationships and her relationship and the views they have and just trying to resolve all of them. And also, I suppose you could think where, you know, new beginnings happen. Also, new beginnings with their parents. That's actually really quite funny, but this is the restaurant of new beginnings. And when she first confessed her relationship, oh yeah, leading to a fight. Still, it didn't take long after that for the two of them to make up. Yeah, so it still felt like a lucky place. Yeah, definitely, fair enough.
少しは取り戻してこれたかな。
I wonder if we've finally gotten back a little bit of what we've lost. Oh yeah, those happy days were destroyed in an instant. Yeah, followed by a interesting that. Followed by her sister's relentless efforts to compensate that for it. I mean, she's really just doing what she can, and she can't really do anything else, to be honest. Yeah, truth be told, she's always wanted to help Tomoe out. Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, she wished they could cry and suffer together. Oh yeah, only to laugh it all off in the end. It's finally coming true, man. But yeah, fair enough. Yeah, Tomoe continued pushing herself and making sacrifices without ever relying on Madoka. So Madoka thought it would be best if she left. In doing so, she thought that her sister might eventually focus on her own happiness. Oh, interesting. I mean, maybe you could say that she did. I suppose because what would have happened is she would have obviously found, you know, without Madoka, she would have mourned for her so much. She would have obviously taken real priority in her studies. Would she really have had time to focus it on anything other than studying, you know, really trying to get into a good, you know, position in the future? Would she really have had time for happiness? Because, I mean, studying can be fun, but at the same time, it's really not something you want to be doing all day. I mean, it must just be so difficult. She was relentless though, my god. Yeah. That's actually really quite interesting. So because of the relationship really not being that two-way, like, you know, Madoka never having sort of things that Tomoe can rely on her for. Yeah, she just thought she was being a burden, and as a result, you know, left to focus on her own happiness. I mean, that is so sad though, because I mean, it probably was, yeah.
それでいい。
Yeah.
これで全てうまくいったんだから。
Well, it may have been the worst possible option, but that's fine. In the end, it turned out well. Yeah, Tomoe climbed to the ranks of the elites at the National Police Agency, and Madoka finally had something resembling a family. Yeah, if she had continued living with her sister, they would have both pushed themselves and put up with everything. Oh my god, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, interesting. They appreciate so much. They appreciate each other, and they really just love each other so much more because they haven't actually had the luxury of, you know, being together for all the time, really. I mean, just because of them not being able to, you know, fully share experiences, it's just, that means that she would have, I forgot what I was even saying. I'm so tired at this point. Tomoe still treated her like an idiot and felt some resentment, but even now, Madoka could proudly choose she was okay with that. She wanted to have children quickly after getting married, though. Oh, that would be really quite cool, seeing, you know, Madoka's children. Wonder what she called them. Even though Tomoe would probably complain of, oh, yeah, she probably would, yeah. Deep down, she'd still feel happy, and she'd probably visit from time to time. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. There was allegedly an orchard at Chief Yamaoki's parents' house. They will likely retire in a few years, and helping them out would be an interesting experience. Because they really can't be that old if they're, you know, probably around. I mean, if they're likely going to retire in a few years, they've either surpassed the age of retirement, or maybe they're around Oishi's age, like nearing the age of retirement. Who knows? Yeah, that's nice. Oh yeah, and as the seasons change, you can send Tomoe some freshly harvested fruit. That'd actually be really quite cool. She could tease her older sister saying, please find someone nice as soon as possible. All the while looking forward to her sister's success. Yeah, that was a happy future Madoka I envisioned. Yeah, oh my god, yeah, and when that was finally within arm's reach, they could find the time to relax.
さて、
Well,
そろそろ戻。
guess it's time for me to go back.
お？
Oh, just then, she heard rough footsteps coming from the entrance of the restaurant. Oh, I kind of get the impression that it's, you know, Yamaoki, Tomoe. Oh, someone was there and she needed to, oh, what a... Read. Actually, I think it's really quite nice of Madoka, you know, just to really consider other people before herself. I mean, like, you know, just considering, you know, having so much fun and just really, you know, really having the best time possible with, you know, obviously the family-in-law. I really wonder who Tomoe is actually going to meet, though. That is if she meets somebody. I mean, it's not entirely likely. Oh shit, he doesn't seem the most happy. Oh, Kaoru-san, you're late. You've already started eating. Yeah. What's happened? Kaoru-san? Madoka-kun.
すぐに出る準備を。
We need to head out immediately. What? What?
来てるわけないか。
Guess she's not coming.
ごめんなさい。
I'm sorry.
それは本当ですか？
What the hell has happened? What? No! Hang on a second, so I'm kind of assuming that has Natsumi turned rogue? Has Natsumi depended on Tomoe potentially, you know, coming back to, you know, give her you know, medicine back? Oh my god. Or maybe she could have actually been, you know, maybe the anorexia could have kicked in and potentially that could have resulted in her, you know, potentially being really quite injured. Maybe she's waiting there for, you know, that same bench that they met. So maybe she's waiting for her to potentially come back. I don't know. Is that true? Always sounds shouted only that. Completely speechless. Oh shit. What? What? However, he was still able to move. I, on the other hand, was so surprised that I didn't lose my voice. I even forgot how to breathe. Indeed, there was absolutely no mistake. And then, Detective Fujita's face turned pale and his eyes were what the fuck? Why has Tomoe not come to the dining room, by the way? And he told us one thing.
見ない警部が柿内サービスエリア内で刺されました。
What? Holy fucking shit, what the fuck are they gonna do? What? He was better mean I was stabbed at the Kakiushi service area.
出血多量で現在危急状態です。
Shit, okay. I mean, is she gonna be able to live? I mean, it's really unlikely she's gonna be able to live. Fuck! She was bleeding heavily. She was found bleeding heavily and she's currently in critical condition. Oh my god. What the hell has happened? What the genuine hell? Who the genuine hell? I wonder if it's not. Oh, I wonder if it's Natsumi. I really wonder. Dude, that has put goosebumps up me. Yeah. Oh my god, so I really wonder what the fuck has actually happened here. I mean, I'm not going to be able to play more. But Jesus, dude, I am so surprised. I mean, I kind of anticipated something when I actually realised that Tomoe wasn't actually there. She wasn't, obviously Yamaki wasn't there and Tomoe also wasn't there. But like still, I didn't expect something to be that bad. Jesus, man, I really wonder what's happened. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what's actually happened tomorrow. My god, today was actually really quite fun. It was really quite cool just, you know, seeing Madoka and Tomoe's relationship. That was probably my favourite part today. And also just seeing the drug-related mystery with Natsumi also. That's really quite odd. I'm really surprised about that. I really want to know what the fuck has actually happened with this though. I mean, my god. How, who, why, what, when? I could ask all those questions to why she was stabbed. Oh my god, dude. I so hope she's going to be able to live. I really do, but yeah, it's not likely. Stabbing is deadly. This is 1983. I don't know if their life support equipment is going to be so good that they can actually get her back from the potential dead. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was really fun what I read today. What was I also gonna mention? Oh, it's just really quite interesting seeing like all of the just stuff regarding the investigation, really. And oh my god, that theory about the Hatakeyama family, that was really weird. I really wonder how that's actually going to... I really wonder what the mystery of that actually is going to entail, and I wonder how that's actually going to fit in with everything and what the answer to that is potentially going to be. Yeah, it's going to be really quite nice to learn. So, well, it's not going to be nice, it's going to be awful, but like, yeah, it's going to be interesting to learn. So, yeah, we're going to begin with Kageboshi tomorrow. I'm really quite excited for it, obviously. Tomorrow's Christmas Day, so yeah, really hope you guys, I don't know if you're watching this on Christmas, but like, if you are, have a good Christmas, and yeah, see you tomorrow.